Hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Welcome. I'm a little all over the place. I didn't really sleep. Well, we were up in the middle of the night and then after being up in the middle of the night, I woke up late and everything's just... So yeah, the tree's not on. I'm not fully set up. We're just gonna roll with it, see what happens. Appreciate you guys being here. We're waiting for one caster to hop over to the Korean server for us to begin with Hero versus Trigger, our first match of the day. Apparently everyone's hopping over. Alright, a couple moments, guys. Yeah, everyone coming across. Alright, our last caster just arrived. Perfect. They were having some connection issues, but they are here. I should probably reset the stream stuff. Yo, Man in the Moon, thank you so much for the 44-month resub. I'm gonna get you on the tree as soon as I get myself sorted out. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the big resub. Continuing to support the stream. Coming up to 4 years. Crazy. Alright, let me write you down, but we'll put you on the tree. Actually, right now, why are we waiting? Man in the Moon, thank you so much for the 44-month resub. Oh. I'm very lazy right now, so you're just going to go onto the nearest and most opportunistic branch I can see, which is actually apparently 2 branches in one. Let's separate those out. Aye, aye, aye. Beautiful. Alright guys, sorry, I'm gonna take a little bit of getting going today. Sometimes it be like that. How are we feeling? How are we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I do appreciate you all being here and ready for some action and joining us for some games. I do think we're gonna have a good time today. I think we've got some very enjoyable matchups coming up in general. And yeah, generally expecting that to be something that's going to be very fun as we make our way through all of the action. To be starting things off, we're going to be in this series, as you can maybe see right now already. It is going to be our PvP to begin the day with Trigger in the bottom right and Hero in the bottom left. And I think this one's actually really cool because we saw yesterday just how this match is going to be very close. We actually saw a really good example of, Trigger absolutely looking... I mean, he won game 1. Thought he had some great chances in game 2, so do you think that's going to be something that we can keep our eyes on as we make our way through some games today? And we'll look to see how everything is going to be going. Thank you so much once again for joining us. And, yeah, I think we're pretty much just ready to sit back and enjoy some games of Starcraft 2. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hell yeah. If you've got any queries or questions or anything along those lines, then go wild, but I don't know if I've really got much to tell you. As, yeah, we get going. There's going to be a pylon there from Hero, and he may be doing the max specs thing where you put the pylons down the batteries and you bring units across and you apply some pressure. I find this very interesting because I don't necessarily think that that's something which is super worthwhile / super successful a lot of the time. There's still a lane down it. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Someone actually reminded me at the start of the stream for once. Sometimes I stream with that for like an hour and no one says anything. Thank you. Like I said, I'm not organized today at all. Play it in simple. Alright, we got ourselves underway. Lima League banner gone. And yeah, let's see what our game is going to provide us. As we do obviously have, I guess, a little bit of action on the low ground, but that's kind of getting dealt with, I feel like, so far. Don't think that that's going to be too much of an issue here, so yeah, not really much to concern ourselves with. The probe chases a probe into the corner and will get a kill, so it's going to have that going down, which is rather lovely. And yeah, just going to be having our, I mean, honestly, we deal with this pretty well, I feel like. Don't think this really got too caught up or became too much of an issue or anything. I think this was, like I say, pretty well handled. So, seems pretty good to me. The pylon will go down. And obviously, that will actually create an entry point because the wall off is no longer there. So, that makes that part, I guess, a little bit more intriguing. Nexus coming up already from here on out of location. So, a little bit later than Nexus and obviously out of position as well. Going to be something interesting to keep track of, right? As the Oracle is on the way out, so we bring the Oracle through. As you get the Oracle up from Hero Trigger, it's still yet to show us a tech structure, right? So he's not going to show us any tech just yet. We will sit and wait, because that really is probably one of the more interesting parts of where this game's going to go. What sort of tech is Trigger going to play? What is that going to look like? How is that going to be feeling very soon? There's a couple of probies going down. Just going to be seeing the Oracle coming back around as well. So that's just trying to get back in position. And yeah, he comes continue to chase around. The pylon going to be there as well. Going to take a few more shots. Finally cancel a couple of gates. We'll continue going about. Oracle's actually going to come back in. That's a lot of damage. Hero is going to continue to get just a lot done here, right? This is definitely adding up. Couple shots coming back and forth. The Trigger tries to apply pressure. I am worried that Trigger just doesn't seem to have much going on at the moment. A little concerned, perhaps. We're seeing our Stalkers will go back and forth. Oracle's coming back around the top, and Pro still coming through, +1 and Blink all on the way in as well. Hero's still up by a few workers. As we get settled into this, we'll see a few worker lead can definitely be fairly substantial. So the only interesting thing about PvP is obviously worker leads can kind of fizzle out as you get to kind of 3 bases, because the 3rd base doesn't always come up in time to kind of keep taking advantage of a worker lead. But I think there's one of those scenarios where actually that's not necessarily going to be the case. Things still coming through, and Stalker's going to get across here. A couple of Adepts going to get whacked. And Blinking +1 just continue to come by. It's going to be seeing that +1 attack upgrade coming in on the other direction as well. All of that continues through for the moment. Stalkers gather up again. Blink will continue to come through here. Bring that Blink into play. Just going to be seeing a Hallucination going to get shot down. Yeah, I mean, happy to see that. Obviously, Blink against Blink now. Again, the numbers are just there for Hero, where they kind of lack a little bit still for Trigger. And that's definitely got to be the biggest concern at the moment. That, yeah, the numbers kind of mean a lot in these matchups. Come back across. I'm just going to be starting a fight. Can Trigger hold with the high ground? Got to be very careful with those stasis wards as well. So that's something else he's just going to have to be cautious of and be mindful of in general, I think. Something else to... I mean, you don't want to let that kind of be the reason why you lose the game, walking into the stasis. We see it happen so much, but yeah, if you can do everything you can to avoid that, that would truly be ideal. Couple stasises here. At least these aren't the most terrible. You're not like in the midst of about to engage and stuff, and that's when it gets really nasty, right? When you're about to fight, and then all of a sudden, boom, stasis hits absolutely everything. And that is just true misery at that point, because that really does just ruin your engagement, ruin your fight, probably ruin your game a lot of the time. Again, here just taking advantage of having the numbers, being on the map, being active. About to have charge finishing, so you can potentially bring that into play here very soon as well. So something else we can keep an eye on. Focus on going to come through the bottom side, going to grab themselves a little pylon as well. So just going to go nab that. Let's do attack. Still coming on both sides. Charge, upgrade, building as well. Yeah, Stalkers and a couple of Oracles continue to move about a little bit more. A little Revelation goes down too. I'm just going to see a little bit of a fight breaking out. I mean, this is... Oh, nice catch on the Prism. That's definitely going to help. I was going to say the charge lots are going to be part of the issue here, but not necessarily sure that that's going to be so much of an issue that we're that bothered about it. Stalker's still pressing up. Blink in is going to get us the Oracle kill. More shots go back and forth. Because actually going to find the Prism again, man. Hero actually wants to be aggressive. That is not going to be helping him. Losing the Prism repeatedly is really just going to make issues for him, basically. So that's not ideal. Zealots and Stalkers will chase through once again. Start the fight or continue this fight. I mean, Trigger's supply is definitely caught back up. This is what I mean when we saw yesterday's games. I really felt like Trigger had good opportunities in his games and definitely chances to make stuff happen here. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is one of those circumstances right now. As these Stalkers kite back a little bit. Zealots can come through with it. The Stalkers blink to try and help. We continue to kite away. Archon getting in the mix there as well. Stalkers continue to play the trading game. Extra Stalkers are warping in on the side of Trigger too. So just going to bring those out, get those going. And Henri resumed. Yeah, and the rest of the Stalkers coming about just now. Yeah, I like that Trigger's kind of just playing into the fact that, hey, I'm super Stalker heavy, so at least he's trying to kind of get forwards and to make a couple of things happen. I think that's definitely the right approach here. There's a lot of approaches I think could go very wrong for him if he was to let them, but yeah, I feel like he's doing a... I like the approach he's taking, like I said. I think it's the right kind of idea. I think he's doing the right sort of thing. Stalker's going to press forward a little bit again. Big warp in. It's going to force Trigger to recall, but he doesn't recall everything, so he's going to leave a few Stalkers behind, and this is where the chaos of Hero may begin to win out a little bit, in fact, so maybe able to get some value on this. Stalker's going to come around the other direction. More Zealots warping in. We continue to get that on the way. Archon's going to get to the front. Stalkers and the Immortals still firing in there. The Stalkers are continuing to drop down. We're actually going to have to start pulling the probes in here as well. That is going to be GG's. Heroes just going to have a little bit too much in our opening match of the day here in the Warditv Christmas Invitational. I didn't really get to do a proper introduction, guys. So hello, how are we doing? Thanks so much for joining us for the Warditv Christmas Invitational. It's so good to see you guys. I love doing this event. We actually skipped out on it last year because there was just too much other Starcraft going on. What a good issue to have. There was just too much Starcraft going on, but we're back this year. I'm doing so much more of it again. I'm just... this is one of those... this is one of those tournaments which really kind of just goes back a long way. Like, if you go on Wikipedia and you look at the Warditv event, like, little info box, you will see that we've done the Christmas Invitational for so many years. So, always so cool to get this one going. Now, as I've done my little sellout, in terms of how much I love this event, let's invite someone I definitely do not love anywhere near as much as this tournament. Let's get the tag-along Harstem. Hello, mate. How you doing? So good to hear from you. Wow. Lovely to see you. You sound great today.
Yeah, so do you.
Yeah,
you know what I did this morning?
Woke up.
I played Roblox this day.
You played Roblox? What, you like 10?
I had a sponsored Roblox stream.
A sponsored Roblox stream?
Yeah.
That's wild. Was it fun?
Yeah, it's very interesting. Have you ever played it?
No, but it's like one of those games that has like loads of different things in it, right?
Yeah. I found like a word game that was quite fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'd recommend playing it with me sometimes, using my mobile download link.
Okay. No, we can try that out. Mobile download link. How many downloads have you got? What do you not know?
One.
No. Wow.
To be fair, I didn't push so hard. It's fine.
I can tell you, I'm very excited to play the wonderful new FPS strategy game, Marvel Rivals, later today as well.
Ooh, actually, that game is super hype, no?
Yeah, there's actually pretty, lots of people talking about it.
How the hell did you get a sponsorship for that?
It's a Twitch bounty.
I hate that we don't have bounties in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
It would actually be worth it.
Yeah, they're pretty sick, actually.
Yeah.
Like, they don't pay as much as, like, you know, the sponsors that come and message you and stuff, but, like, you know, because it's so easy, you just click accept and you go live, and it does all the stuff for you on Twitch already.
But also on Twitch, usually it's more legit games now. Like, the only sponsors that message me is Raid Shadow Legends 10 times a day.
Yeah, that's true. They're all kind of usually like proper games and stuff, so...
Yeah, it's driving me freaking nuts, man. My entire inbox is being spammed by talent agencies wanting me to do Raid Shadow Legends for them.
They've heard you're the one person in the entirety of Twitch who hasn't done one.
It's driving me freaking nuts. It's also for my YouTube channel, Raid Shadow Legends video. If I want to do it, I'm like, no, I don't want to make a Raid Shadow Legends video. Yeah, this game is not for me.
You know, one time I did a sponsor for this weird Chinese game. It was spaceships, outer space, something like that, right? And all of this. And they contacted me and I was like, you guys just seem really dodgy. So I just wasn't really into it. So I gave them the most outrageous rates, and they were just like, okay. And I was like, what? So I did it, and I made this YouTube video, which I'd never done a YouTube video, but like I said, I gave them some completely outrageous rate, and it was probably like 10 times more than it was ever worth. And they were just like, okay, why not? And I was like, okay, here's my beautiful video on me playing this game for 10 minutes.
Sick, now.
What a life.
Do you also get the electric bike one?
No, I don't think so.
There's like a Chinese company that messages me on like very many different email accounts that if I want an electric bike, I can get one for free, and all I have to do is upload a video on my channel riding it. I don't want an electric bike. It's like not an electric bike where you have to do anything almost. You know, it's like a proper. It's almost like a scooter, I guess you'd call it, or like a, you know, it's just an electric vehicle basically. But I don't want it. I think I'd have to pay road tax on it as well. I'm pretty sure.
Those are always my favorite ones, where it's like, hey, you can have our product for free. All you have to do is give us free promotion. It's like, yeah, okay,
it's like,
okay,
that's
buddy.
great. Yeah. All right. Who's actually ahead? The hero win game one?
Hero win game one, yeah.
Okay. I'm just here for the PvP and the Spirit Hero after, yeah?
And Spirit Hero after. Basically the hero games.
Well, Hero Rogue was 2 games after that. I thought I could do that too, but I was like, I'll give you some rest.
I mean, there's Hero Rogue's like Series 4. So it's like Protoss, non-Protoss, then Hero Rogue. You can just see how you
Trigger's
feel.
also good though. I'm actually kind of excited for it. You have a good group today.
Yeah, it's a fun group, right? Like,
yeah, it actually is.
I feel like you can pick some favorites, sure, but you've got Trigger, who's really competitive right now. You've got Spirit, who's looking pretty darn good lately. I think it's a great group.
Yeah, Rogue is a bit, you know, he can be either, no?
Yeah, you know, you never know what Rogue's going to show up with. Some days I feel like he's back to, like, you know, he could win a GSL or something, and the next day I'm like, would you qualify for GSL? He's a little...
And then the day after you realize GSL hasn't announced anything yet, so...
yeah, it doesn't
no,
matter.
You're speculating.
Doesn't actually matter.
We know nothing about our future.
It's okay.
All right. Proxy Robo over here out of Trigger, by the way. And Hero here is trying to hold in a way that I haven't quite seen in a while. He's going for a base plus Robo. As long as Trigger doesn't lose the first Immortal, this should have been really good for him. But now that he's lost the first Immortal, it is quite bad, because you're going to be down in the Immortal count by 1. I'm not sure what happened there, but it should be absolutely not allowed to lose that Immortal. Like, that's the #1 rule when you're proxying Robo against someone that has a Nexus.
Yep.
The main reason for that is not even necessarily the first push, but it's the follow-up where you go with the Prism into the main. Like, you have like Immortal plus 2 Adepts, and then you can do like 2 Immortal after. And it's so freaking hard to deal with, because you need to have units in both places. There's always the chance of a force field on the ramp. Right now, though, Hero can actually effectively split his Immortals up. 1 in the main, 1 in the natural. And it's going to be so freaking hard here for Trigger to burst this. I wouldn't be surprised if Hero like overcharges a sentry now as well, or sorry, recharges a sentry, and then keeps a sentry downstairs. I think that would be the best play.
Okay. Well, let's see what how it plays out as a couple of Adepts load up into that Prism. They're going to back it up. I mean, Trigger is still very much so coming to the front, gets the force fields off, and will catch the Immortal in the front, but the battery's going to make it take a long time to die. It still will go down. Well, the Prism gets there to save it, so that's a win. And a force field on the ramp now going to keep some units back. Obviously, you can micro with the Prism. That Prism micro is so important right now. It's going to really dictate this game.
Wow. Trigger is still actually in a really good spot. Losing that Immortal there for Hero was quite bad. That's why I had expected a sentry downstairs for him, so he could keep this out while he's dealing with his opponent's Prism, right? If your opponent's Prism is in your main, they can never get through force field. That's why you always split sentries into your natural, never to your main base. And he didn't do it, and now is paying the price. There's no counter-attack possibility for Hero either, by the way. Like, there's legit nothing on the map. Can only go across with a Prism. That's going to take a while. So if Trigger realizes that and just runs up the ramp, Trigger will instantly win the game here, and Hero will be forced back home with his Prism. Most likely he's not going to be in time. Can make maybe a final stand in the main base where he's up at least an Immortal. So that's nice, but doesn't have any extra ground units really. And yeah, Trigger's just going to be bursting through. Very sick. I can't believe he made the comeback despite losing that first Immortal, Wardy. That's a surprise here.
Yeah, actually very impressive stuff, as we are going to make this one work. And the probes have to pull, and Trigger's getting tied up with Hero. He went 1-2 against Hero yesterday in the Elima League, which is why I actually thought it was very cool that they played in this group as well. Because Trigger really did look like he had opportunities in that Elima League to win that series in that semi-final, so...
Right.
Yeah, cool to see Trigger looking so good, man, in Korea.
He's in Korea, right? He's practicing, is what I heard.
Yeah, he's looking great at the minute, so... Yeah, it's awesome to see. As we go to map number 3, which I had written down, but I've lost it, so Whispers of Gold.
What's your favorite new map, Wardy?
El Dorado. Is that a boring answer?
What? Really?
El Dorado, yeah.
You've seen good games on it already a lot?
Yeah, El Dorado's really fun. El Dorado and Ley Lines, it's really good as well. I really like Ley Lines. I really like that Ley Lines is like a big map with loads of bases that doesn't just feel completely one-sided to Zerg a lot of the time, I guess. I don't know, I thought...
It's crazy good, no? Ley Lines?
I thought Ley Lines was going to be so boring and like so like, ugh, it's this map of the pool, you know? That's just not the case at all. It's been super sick, so...
I think Ley Lines and Frostline are very good.
Do you like Frostline? I thought Frostline
it
had
just
a lot
plays
of
out different, no?
Yeah,
very
it does.
aggressive.
Yeah. It does.
Hard to take a third even. Hard to take a fourth. Impossible to take a fifth. That's the type of stuff I like to see. You're saying unmanageable base counts here, Wardy.
It does sound like your kind of vibe.
Yeah. Also, actually, Whispers of Gold, I hated how big the main was and how easy to drop, but it's also provided me with quite a few fun games. So I actually think the new maps in the map pool are ridiculously good, and the old maps in the map pool are ridiculously bad.
Yes.
Abyssal and Neon Violet in particular are god awful. I don't mind Kingscov as much, honestly. I have some fun games, but the first 3 bases are impossible to break. So we're talking about fort base type of stuff, which is kind of lame.
Yep. No, exactly. So I was actually thinking of just banning 2 of those maps from my tournaments.
Yeah,
because they just suck, and I just don't think we should have them in the map pool at all. So
yeah, I agree.
I was thinking of getting rid of King's Cove and Neon Violet Square because
could you add some more instead?
I could do, yeah.
Rather than just getting rid of them, just go rogue. You know, there's no reason for you to abide. Like, there's no ESL rulebook now anyway, and even if there was, it's not like they're giving you ESL points for your events.
No, I mean,
add some maps, man.
Add some maps. Could do.
Don't do old ones though. Like, there's so many cool ones from TLMC.
Yeah, we should.
You could even rotate.
Yeah. The only problem with that is how much the players want to play on them. Because like
the players can go suck it for once.
Yeah, but
actually, I think the players want to play on them. No, like the people I've spoken with, they don't want to play Abyssal Reef, Kingscov, Neon.
Yeah, but I think, do you not think if there's 9 maps in the pool that the 2 extra ones or something, or the 3 extra ones just get vetoed every time?
No, I actually don't think so.
Okay.
Also, you could add 4.
You could add 4. You get rid of what else?
No, don't get rid. Just add.
Just add 4?
Yeah. What are they gonna do? Not play your tournaments? Of course not. They're still gonna show up.
Then they have to veto even more. It takes forever.
It is 2 extra vetoes. So
right,
that's it.
Right. Have you seen the speed some of these guys veto at?
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true. It's true. It's also because you don't tell them ahead of time who should start with the veto.
Yeah, because I need the time anyway, right? In games.
Yeah, but they can wait, right?
Right. Okay, but I used to tell people what the vetoes were beforehand, right? And then no one ever vetoed in that time anyway.
No. What you do is you make Discord channel, like with the players every time.
That's way too much effort.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, maybe.
You want me to make a Discord chat every time? That sounds so annoying.
Yeah, it does sound annoying. But, I mean, it would make your tournaments run a bit quicker. If your problem is the veto speed. It's only 2 extra vetoes.
My tournaments run pretty quick anyway. It's just, I don't want to add like 10,000 maps. I could add a couple, for sure. Just get rid of the 3 old ones and add... Because I actually was so positive about the map pool when we were on the PTR. Because I thought all the new maps were really good. And I was like, man, if they just pick some good ones to save from the last map pool, we're going to have a really fun map pool. And they just added the absolute crap that they added. Because this proxy robo is getting going with the prison, by the way.
Yeah. I love this though, because Trigger has managed to make a read that his opponent is opening up with Stargate, and as a result is now opening up with the Prism. All he needs to do is get a battery in the main base. There we go, 317. It's gonna cut it close. Oh, that's gonna cut it close. And because his 2 Stalkers were at home, he's also not gonna be across the map in time. He really needs to see this Oracle ideally and smash it once or twice. You know what the problem is with this type of stuff? If your battery is 3 seconds late, you're down 6 workers and the game is pretty over. So he's cutting it real freaking close right now. He's gonna lose 2 workers, I think. Oh, stasis instead.
And he deals with it well. 3 probes get trapped, but that's better than the alternative, to say the least.
No, missed target! Epic missed target there as well. Holy crap.
Wow. Okay. How often is it the second stasis does so much?
Yeah, and then the third does nothing, but still. Okay, we have the 4 Stalkers in the main. Ooh, he's gonna try to smash this Void Ray. I actually think that... Ooh, you can't afford to lose the Prism. It's gonna keep it alive. Good stuff. I actually think if you build an Observer here, and then like you add 2 Sentries and a Nexus, you're in a good spot. Or 3 Sentries and a Nexus. You shouldn't have allowed Hero to go down the ramp though. I think the contain is more powerful sometimes than people give it credit for. That Oracle could die. It will die. That's a huge blunder out of Hero. And now Hero's moving on the map against a 7 Stalker trigger. He needs to use the Prism to keep some of his units alive. Decent enough control. I think this is probably fine, no, for Trigger?
Yeah, he loses the Prism, which maybe loses in a little bit of kind of go time, but yeah, he's going to kind of win out. The Phoenix in this scenario as well get kind of useless over time, right, because they run out of energy. So for a little while here, they're not going to be as useful. Obviously, right now they had one more lift, so they do take a Stalker out of the equation. Now their Stalk count looks good. We're actually going to be able to shoot down the Phoenix potentially before they get more energy back. The Adepts do shade away, and we do have to restart the Prism.
Yeah, it was a blunder, though. He should have gone for the Adept, right? Phoenixes have such a high speed. He could have definitely gotten 1 Adept, maybe even 2 for free there. Always go for the free pickups in this situation. If you're playing against a high-level player, you're not going to get the Phoenix, my friend. He's now going to follow it up with the Sentry Warp in. Probably needs to send the Prism to his house so he can drop a probe on the low ground. He still absolutely has the ability here to contain his opponent with a couple of sentries. I think that is still the play. Ooh, Oracle now coming out for Hero. So that's the second Oracle. 2 Stalkers are still in the main. If he's going to go hunting for these Adepts, that would also be a play, by the way. If he can get these 3 in the middle, that would be huge. Has a couple of force fields available, but Hero's very quick with the response. Prism needs to stay close to the main base. I think Trigger is really pushing this a bit too hard. I don't think he's on a timer at all. I think it's the opponent that's on a timer.
Yeah. Maybe just step back a little bit as now Stalkers and a couple of sentries will start to make their way down the bottom right. Guardian Shield is going to pop up, and that is going to help to protect as Stalkers will take some damage. Phoenix is going to come back the other way. A few more Stalkers are warping underneath, and a couple of those Phoenix need to be careful right now.
Both of these Phoenix need to be careful as well.
Go down instantly.
Yeah, Guardian Shield is huge. The Sentry that has it activated is still alive. Might want to pick it up in a little bit. I think Trigger is absolutely owning here.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely winning this fight. He's going to push Hero all the way into the natural location and obviously up and towards the main ramp, but he gets caught going up the ramp as well, which gives Trigger a chance to get a couple of picks. He gets one of the Stalkers there during that, so that's a nice bonus on top of everything else. Now he can sit here, pick away at the gateways as well, right? He's got the Prism and Micro himself, and he should be able to just keep on finding value.
Yep. I wouldn't mind if he plays this just a little slower right now. A lot of his Stalkers are very damaged, so you want to regain some of these shields. Just shoot at the gates for a little bit. I think an Observer would be huge here too. Warping in a Sentry so you can catch stuff that tries to go downstairs. He's staying very aggressive. He's going to add in a second Stalker in the main base, just in case an extra Oracle shows up, or in case he gets stasis in again. Oh, one of Hero's Stalkers is going to fall. Hero, of course, does not have Blink, does not have a Prism. Good control out of Trigger, who's up 10 supply. We're going to see a defensive Robo now for Hero. As I think Trigger can just kind of continue pushing like this forever. He can dodge so many shots. He's up by an insane amount of Stalkers.
Yeah, the lack of a Robo from Hero is just deadly for him, right? Like, he does not have a way to deal with this at all right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the moment you see someone going for Phoenix and no other follow-up tag, like Phoenix Gate units does not go very well against pure Gate units, because Phoenixes, they don't trade well with Gate units resource-wise. As Trigger is just gonna bust this. He's gonna 2-1 Hero here. That's gonna throw a wrench in your group, isn't it?
No, I mean, you can throw all the wrenches you want in. It doesn't matter to me. It's gonna make it very fun, though. Because now Hero is gonna be in some must-win games against Rogue and Spirit, right? So that becomes extremely important for him if he wants to advance. And like I say, you know, you can pick favorites at the start of this group, but as you said, it's a very fun group, and that's why. Because this can happen.
Yeah, like Hero could, he's lost a Spirit in the past as well, even within like the last 2 months, I want to say, or so. So it's like, this is not a safe advance for him at all. Trigger was a must-win.
Yep.
And this is a guaranteed loss right now, unless Trigger, I think even if he falls asleep, he will be fine, to be honest.
Yeah, at this point, he's already in the main base. This does not look as though it's going to get broken down, and this attack is just going to keep on moving through. I mean, you can maybe rely on a big stasis ward or something. Even a big stasis ward I don't think is necessarily going to be enough, because you've just lost so much at this point as Hero. And you just keep on losing more as well. You're reinforcing gates that you've built a bit further back start to fall. The Nexus will be in trouble soon. At this point, Trigger seems to know where the stasis is as well, so he's not going to get caught out by that, which obviously is a big helping hand.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's impossible for him to lose, to be honest. Like, I love what Hero is doing here, and he's very good control, but Like Trigger could also just send 2 stalkers behind the mineral line, right? And then you're gonna be in some serious crap if you're a hero here, because then you lose like 7 more workers, and I mean it's already over. Like I'm not even sure why we're pretending. 19 stalkers to like freaking 6, 7.
Yep. Big stasis on the other side is not really gonna matter too much because. I mean, we're going to get an Immortal out as hero, but then it's like, okay, cool, you've got an Immortal, and then what, right? Show me what you're going to do with that Immortal. It's going to make a big difference here. I am not really seeing it. And I think we are...
Imagine this, though. Trigger walks in the stasis and then loses all of his stalkers. Like, in parts, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that, like, that is the one way you lose, but I just don't think there's enough units from hero as he loses the Immortal. I don't think there would have been enough anyway to capitalize on that, to be honest.
I don't think so, because you can't really jump the army if you're, you know, same army size, even if the army is split in half.
Yep, no, exactly. And GG's 2-1 for Trigger.
Yep.
What a result.
Truly, one of the results of all time. Right. Are we going to
NA
Americas?
Yes.
What are we doing? CWC? WCW?
That is actually a coin. Oh, I didn't do the coin flip yet. Hang on.
I do heads for spirit, okay?
You do heads for spirit. Okay.
Yeah.
Spirit wins. CWC.
Nice. You can thank me for that.
That means Spirit plays CWC against Hero, West Central West against Trigger, and then Central West Central against Rogue.
Okay.
Alright, we'll get some videos done then. Perfect. How's your day going?
It's been phenomenal already.
Phenomenal?
Yeah. It actually has been.
Nice.
Yesterday, I helped Irene edit the Christmas video for her company.
A Christmas video for right? Yeah.
It was phenomenal. They took a concept from like a Scrabble video, and we also stole the music from the Scrabble video, and some of the assets from the Scrabble video. And I was like, "Are you sure this is what they want?" He's like, "Yeah, all right, we're taking it all." Such a good time, man. Phenomenal video. I now understand how these videos get made as well, like how it happens. Yeah. I know how the sausage is made at this point. Yes, a great time.
We have some videos coming through. Abyssal Reef. Kira's just vetoing all of the old maps. Abyssal, King's Cove. Okay, videos.
Ley lines. I actually think ley lines is good for toss as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why it would be good for toss, but my gut feeling is that it's good for toss. What do you think of Amygdala, by the way?
I think Amygdala's really cool as well. It's a very interesting map. Plays very
weird map, no?
Yeah, weird. Plays very differently to what we've kind of had before.
You know that this might be the only map in the map pool ever that has done gold bases right?
Yeah, like it's actually difficult to take, but
yeah, there's a legit downside. When I saw the gold, that one has 2 gases as well, right? I saw the gold with 2 gases. I was ready to send an angry message to whoever to Monitor. Because Monitor made it. I was like, okay, let me see what this guy's Twitter is. Let me log into my alt account and flame him for a bit. But then I started playing, and I was like, this is actually really hard to take, and no one takes it, not even as their 4th. You kind of take it as your 6th sometimes, or as your 5th, but it just works. It's the first. El Dorado, I still think is too easy to defend in most matchups.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, on Amygdala, it functions. It's such a good map pool. The map makers really should be proud of themselves for producing these bad boys.
You know, I said this last time we had TLMC as well, which is where some of these maps are from. It's like the TLMC was just super high quality. Like there was just a lot of really good games during that TLMC, and a lot of really good maps. And then they didn't even use half of them. I was so upset.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, me neither.
That happens either.
Anyways, players are ready. I think we've got everyone here. You're here, right?
Yeah. I mean,
we got all the important people then.
El Dorado. You know, the thing with El Dorado, though, is that it is kind of dependent on the player on how good it's going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I would like to see a Spirit game on El Dorado. As we load into a Spirit game
on El
on El Dorado.
yeah, I see the problem you've come up with there.
Like, because I'm kind of I don't think I'm the Protoss Spirit, but I think my playstyle is genuinely quite boring most of the time, right? I'm kind of like a bad cookie cutter, you know? I'm your bread and butter, but it's gone a bit stale, basically. So whenever I play El Dorado, my games are kind of bland most of the time, because you can camp pretty hard on it, and only when you open yourself up to the possibility of chaos, then do the games become very attractive, I think, on this map. So from my own gameplay, I haven't seen a lot of it. I played a banger against Maru on this map, like 30-minute macro game on the ladder.
Oh yeah.
He got me in the end, but it was a game of all time.
Was he playing a lot when he was in France?
Yeah, quite a bit. It was fun, because apparently he also has a relatively normal sleep schedule, at least when he was in Europe. So I'd be like, you know how usually you kind of wake up in the morning, you're playing like some 5-6 Protoss players on the ladder, at like 6.8k Terran at like 11 a.m. Like, who the hell is this guy? Like, checking my Discord, Clem's thing is still, like dark. He's like, he hasn't woken up quite. Although these days he wakes up much earlier, but he doesn't play so early still.
That's funny. Yeah. Mary brought some normality to the everyday ladder time.
Yeah,
the normal person's ladder time.
Normal person.
Yeah. Are you excited to play this tournament yourself?
Yeah, I am. Do you know what group I am yet?
Yeah, one of them.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you play tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Group C. I only got them sorted out like last night, and
Group C?
Yeah.
Isn't this Group A?
Yeah. It's 2 groups tomorrow.
Oh,
back to back. Your group is very fun.
Can you say who's in it, or is that disallowed?
Sure. Max, Pack, Solar, and Rio.
I mean, it's actually not that bad.
Oh, I think it's a fun group, no?
I don't like playing as Max Packs.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that, but you've been figuring out how to beat him for weeks now. You've played the whole game.
Every single time I lose to Max Packs, and I think to myself, I think next time I'll get him. And then next time I lose again. But I really believe it as well. I don't even think I'm... Like, I mean, it must be gaslighting a little bit, but it can't be that bad at gaslighting.
Nice. Oh, I think it'll be a fun group. Yeah, we have back-to-back groups tomorrow, because when I looked at my schedule 2 days ago when I made this tournament, I was like, I've only put 4 days down for it. And I kind of need 5. There's no 3 days, so... Oh, we got the Marine.
Yeah, the assist on the probe as well. And now he's gonna lose mining on 2 SCVs and no orbital command. Dude, this is a big financial blow here.
Heavy losses for how early in the game it is.
Yeah.
Very costly.
I mean, this is what, 30 seconds on a mule as well? What the hell is Hero doing? Oh no. What is this? I mean, I guess 25 minerals for another orbital command block?
I guess so.
That actually kind of works. He is gonna cancel, right, Wardy?
He's like, what about 100 minerals for continued block?
I'm vibing with this for sure. Absolutely. Oh, he forgot to shade back one of the adepts. That is painful.
Painful. As the adepts come through, a couple Marines will begin to go down. And that is going to be, I mean, in the end, we get an adept back with 4 Marines, so much lost mine time. The fact that CC's just floating about here doing nothing is kind of horrific at this stage of the game.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to kill another SCV. Yeah, this orbital command, or this command center, has done nothing. It hasn't built a single worker, hasn't mined, so you have oversaturation in the main base, you have no saturation in the natural, and you're lacking a mule for at least a minute and a half. This entire joke, it probably cost Spirit close to what? Maybe 300, 400, 500 minerals or so. I can't even do the accurate math, that's how much it is. But at least it's a full mule. And look at this, Adept's now going in, and this is destruction.
Destruction. Multiple SCVs. Getting taken down, man. You said you didn't want to watch a Spirit game on El Dorado, but I don't think you're gonna have to, mate.
This has been fun so far. Like actually, epic trades. I think this is the best of Starcraft. You know?
Yeah.
This type of stuff. Like Hero just freaking controlling like a beast and doing his shenanigans with the pylons. It's really nice. Actually, it's really nice. Spirit's gonna follow this up with a 1-1-1. He's gonna be down 14 workers. If he walks in this stasis ward, I'm expecting an instant GG. You want odds on the stasis ward? I think it's like 60% chance he walks into it.
60% chance. It was much higher before he turned around.
I was gonna say 85. Yeah.
Just the Cyclone.
You mean he gets the Oracle with the Cyclones? This is bait. It's such obvious bait as well.
Oh.
He can jump this, no? Absolutely. He can.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like a tank and 2 Cyclones, mate. Like, this is gonna get absolutely
I've
destroyed.
the Cyclones before. I don't fight with these guys. It's pretty close though. For
it's pretty close, but I feel like it could have been a little bit neater, honestly.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. It is true. No more Cyclones. That means that the Phoenix are going to be a little bit better controller on this one. Phoenix isn't very good. Heroes actually, he's going to get pushed back again, which should not be viable. The problem here for Spirit is that he was floating 500 minerals, and now he realizes and throws on a 3rd CC. I'm not sure if that was a planned 3rd CC or that's like, oh crap, I'm floating a lot. Let me add this. He still isn't building any barracks either yet, so his stim is going to be delayed forever. He's going to clear this tank, or he's going to pick it up and then now clear it. Will eventually clean this push up and throw down a Nexus at the same time. The Lip going towards the main could get a couple of kills. Honestly, if he gets 4 kills with this Lip, that would be enough. He gets 1.
Well, that's a start, but it's not exactly ideal as a couple of Zells getting turned away. Stalker as well. More's getting pushed back as our Phoenix gonna go and pick their way through the Liberators. That will go down.
I mean, given how bad the early game was,
Like the fact that Spirit's not dead, right, is kind of impressive, but he's very far away from any sort of upgrades and so on, so I do feel like he's in trouble now, right?
I think he might be in trouble here a little bit. Like I could see if the Marines are not in position that Spirit accidentally dies to this, but if the game goes on, I mean, he's gonna stabilize on 3 bases and have actually pretty fast upgrades. Like, he doesn't have stim in combat, but he's going for fast attack upgrades because he knows he won't be capable of doing anything like on the map anytime soon, so there's no reason to rush out the stim combat. This Lip is forcing back the Phoenixes, and it's probably going to nip this attack in the butt accidentally. Look how low the worker count is for Hero right now.
Low. I mean, equal workers is not really where you want to be at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, not exactly an ideal situation here. Definitely lacking from where he wants to be, but I mean, our army is good, and he is sat there with the army. Is he going to try and make something happen? Phoenix going to fly in the main, get an SUV on the corner. I mean, again, if you commit, you kind of want to commit with everything on the low ground. You don't want to leave anything to chance at this point, so see what we do.
Yeah, I think what Hero's trying to do is kind of force Marines into the main. I'm surprised that Spirit is going for the forward 3rd rather than the one in the back, no?
Yeah, I guess so, actually.
I think good luck pushing down this ramp.
Yeah.
There's thermal already.
Yeah, he could actually just kind of clear away for himself to a different base very easily compared to what he's doing, right?
Yeah, he could have been mining from that 3rd for a little while already.
Well,
and this ramp is super secure into your natural as well. I don't quite understand this. He's now going to try to walk down. We get some force fields. Not the greatest set of force fields. The 3rd one to finish it off is going to be okay. 4th base now going down for Hero. I'm kind of disappointed by how Spirit played this out. The 3rd low ground, or the 3rd, you know, the triangle 3rd. I think it could have been mining with 16 workers at this point.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think there would have been anything stopping. Maybe some Phoenix harasses. Those Phoenix just missed those medevacs, right? So a bit of a missed opportunity there for Hero, who could have maybe seen that coming. That could actually be really good for Spirit getting across the map. Maybe could get something done. Maybe this is what he's looking for. Maybe this is what he needs.
Recall's not available yet. It's like 10 seconds away, so it's probably just going to be barely in time here. Maybe can clear a base ahead? Nah. This recall just being available again is so unfortunate. Without that, I think you lose like 16 workers here, and then you're really in trouble.
Yeah, he's going to target a Colossus down. He's going to target a second Colossus down. Surely not.
Surely not.
That would have been ludicrous.
That's what Hero said as well.
Yeah. Colossus is something, but you're right. If that recall was a bit later, you lose so many probes because there was nothing there anymore. There was just probes and marines.
Yeah, you just lose all your marines. You're probably going to lose your forge. Yeah, I think Spirit... Oh, he just doesn't have the cash for the 2-2. I was going to say maybe he's forgotten the armory, but he just doesn't have money. He's also only on 54 workers right now. He was on 52 versus 51, and now it's 77 to 54. I really think not taking the triangle third here was a blunder of epic proportions.
No, absolutely with you. I'm absolutely with you. That third base is just taking so long to get there. You're right, like Spirit had a setup that was playable, absolutely something you could work with, and just did not take the advantage of that at all, unfortunately. As our Ghost again becomes up, depots are coming through, Tank Room Marauder coming about as well.
I mean, he's doubling bunkers now. Yeah, this is... Good luck, my friend.
It's a Spirit where he's just like, you know what, this does not look good for me, but let me just try and sit back for a little while and recover, and maybe there'll be
Second
a way.
factory. I mean, I'm digging the vibes. He's also getting vehicle weapons level 1. Like, talking about trying to maximize your chance of winning, this is probably it, but he's not here to play video games. He's here to sit back, relax, crack open a cold one while he tries to play tower defense against Hero.
He does try to play tower defense against Hero. I mean, Hero is just already going up to 5 bases though, right? I think the problem is why do you even go for a 4th? I think that's going to be very difficult to take against Hero right now. As Hero's just going to say, I don't even care about the double bunker, man, just because like, you think this makes you safe? No, it does not. Hero.
Maybe 3 bunkers would have done it.
Yeah, nice press from on the micro actually. Keeps the Colossus alive. That is a cute move, but that is pretty much the only move as Hero takes game number 1 here over Spirit, getting the 1-0 lead in this best of 3. And looking to bounce back, of course, Hero from a loss to Trigger. So definitely looking to get his group back on track a little bit.
Important dub there for him, but yeah, this game looked really bad for Spirit after the early game. Initially losing the mining, the mule, and then losing his push. Managed to almost make a comeback, and then not taking the triangle felt bad. This also was the game on Central, right?
Yeah, so only gets work now as well.
Yeah.
You know, Violet Square for map 2. I just don't like this map. I go to like describe this map, I'm just like, I just want to be very mean about it, you know? Like this map had its time. We saw it was funny. There was little squares that things couldn't move through easily. There was some great games on it. South Showtime was a banger on this map, but you know,
I actually have I had good memories of the map as well, Neon Violet.
Yeah.
And now they're kind of tainted, you know?
Because it's back.
Yeah. It's like if you've been to like a Bob Dylan concert in 1964 and now you go again in like 2024 and majority of the time is spent trying to figure out if he's actually singing a song or not. That's kind of what I feel like with Neon Violet. There's like a sense of disappointment, you know? It missed its window. It's back into the archives with you, brother. Have you ever seen any of Bob Dylan's concert live stuff or no? In the past 15 years?
No, I have a good image of it now.
It's actually great. Do you know I'm a big Bob Dylan fan, right?
Yeah, I know.
So I can talk crap about it. You know, he's mine. But the Bob Dylan fanship is probably the most deranged fandom in the entire world. Like, they're actually... I don't think I can imagine like a larger group of complete clowns than like the hardcore fans of Bob Dylan. Because for whatever reason, they all have terrible quality phones when they record his stuff. It's like, it all legit looks like it's been recorded on a potato. Even like the most recent things where, you know, everyone nowadays can record in freaking 4K on their phone, but except for Bob Dylan fans, they'll record it, then put it on YouTube, and then the comments are just filled with one group of people asking what song it is he's playing because they don't recognize it, and the other saying that he is, the messiah and the greatest musician that has ever lived. And if you can't appreciate this, then you don't like real music. Like, that's it. That's the entirety of it. It's legit deranged behavior. Most of the time when I watch these videos, I'm also trying to figure out which song it is he's playing, because he has this cool thing where rather than playing the songs remotely, similar to what they used to be back in the day, he just kind of changes up the lyrics, he changes up the music, sometimes both at the same time. So there's absolutely no connection anymore to anything that he's produced in the past. It's phenomenal stuff.
That really sounds like a marketing strategy, doesn't it? Just like, here's everything you know, here's everything you came to see, and you'll have hints of it throughout the night.
Yeah, he also doesn't speak with the audience. And then sometimes he'll say like a word or a sentence, and then like the forums are ablaze, they're going bananas.
What does it mean?
They just love it, They interpret his mood based on how he, how he looked that night. It's like, Bob seems happy with life right now. He was standing up a lot, and he looked fine. There's legit the deranged group, I think.
Yeah.
It's also all people. It's a little bit like the Swifties, that these people, they just only go to Bob Dylan concerts, like 7 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's like, in the past year I've been 12 times. You're like, that's phenomenal for you.
What a life.
Truly.
What a life.
This was a eBay block into 3rd for Hero.
Yep.
I feel like Spirit, he's gonna be fine, right? With the next 2 Marines. I'm afraid for him. He really struggles so much with his first adept for some reason. Ooh.
Ooh. Commits in. Nice pullback. That Marine stays alive. The adept's gonna stay alive too, but nice to get some damage onto it, right? So take some hits. Wargate's still coming up. The adept Stargate and a couple of probes coming out as well. Still, these adepts going to come through again. Marines gathering. Commencement is not far from being done though, so I don't think there's going to be much else to really stop and look at here.
If there are targets well here, you could probably get 2 Marines for free. Maybe no. If I were him, I'd actually piss off. This is the thing with Hero. He never has enough.
Yeah,
he always wants to go. Yeah. He's a greedy dude. He's gonna get some as well. Ooh, look at that. He's gonna get
so many Marines in the end. Took a little while to get there, but we are gonna get every single one. An adept alive at the end of it as well. So that's 7 Marines dead for 2 adepts. We like that, right? Because that takes away so much of the potential of a Terran coming across the map to really deal early game damage. Like any medevac play is going to be Marine-less right now, so now the Oracle can show up as well, so you also just have a lack of vent yet, but thankfully there's a Cyclone. It has a long lock-on range, so it can stay locked on for a little longer, pushing that back.
Yeah, I think the main thing here is that... Ooh, he was actually going to lose that. That sucked. What I wanted to say is one of the main things here is that Hero kind of turned this game around on Spirit, right? Usually if you're forced into taking a 3rd base, or a natural on the 3rd base location, you're very afraid of what can happen to you. But now Spirit should have been the one that's afraid. If Spirit gets another free kill here, though, with the Cyclone in this adept, that actually kind of sucks. So he's going to fly around with this one Cyclone, maybe to try and catch the Oracle. Has he seen that 2nd Oracle? I think so, right?
I think so. So he's going to come into the main base, and we have the Cyclone nearby. Ward goes down, Spirit respawns. A couple of SCVs get caught instead of the one, but still not bad. We just push that back, and don't think we can drop on top of there, but...
There's a Viking, though. He could get this. Guaranteed.
Okay. Yeah, because obviously now you can track the Oracle with the Cyclone and the medevac.
He should have moved to the left a bit already. Yeah.
A little bit of a missed opportunity if that gets away.
Well done. Revelation really helps. And now he's going to go back into the main base. God, Hero is such an awful player to play against. I think 90% of tosses would have recalled the Oracle there, gone to the bottom left corner and recalled. Hero goes around, is going to force his medevac to come back. Also gets a couple of kills here. Right? This is just so freaking nice. I really do hope that he manages to keep it alive, though. He's going to lose this Oracle So that does suck, but delays his opponent's push out a little bit. Gets a scout. We have Glaven +1. Oh, the hero is on 1, eh?
Yep, getting that a little bit of a different build going, right? And one of those scenarios where if you can get enough up, Glaives can be so good against the early game Terran units. You know, you just get to an overwhelming amount. I feel like Glaives works the worst, obviously, when it just your opponent knows about it. They can wall off and so on. Right now, these Adepts are going to threaten the Shade. The Phoenix is going to dive forward. One tank sieged up. We are actually going to commit in. It almost feels like I felt like it was too soon to go, and I don't think we're wrong, right? I mean, the Marines and tanks are going to get rid of those Adepts so easily. And you just lost a bunch of units there. Hero, I think, diving in way too early.
Yeah, I think what Hero probably ideally does is just delay until that Glaives finishes. I think beforehand, the Adepts are just a little bit too bad. Phoenixes can, of course, pick up some of the reinforcements here. Don't forget, Spirit already has 3 barracks behind it, so it's not like this is super all-in. Killing a third base is plenty of damage. He could achieve more, perhaps. I'm not sure if he's going to try to achieve more, because that could be a mistake. And then the counterattack could be tricky too. I would have loved for Hero to just wait one more Warpin and wait for +1. Yeah, I don't think you actually want to just go right now. He is supply block, so that Warpin will need to wait a little longer. +1 is 10 seconds away. He really needs to wait for that. I don't think... Don't go. Yeah. He does need to kill this stuff, though. Like, he needs to track it with his Phoenixes.
He needs to kill it now. Kill it and counterattack, right?
That's it. It's the only path to victory, no?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. As our Adepts are going to come shading, the Phoenix are going to be coming, so we are looking to hunt it down. It's gone a little bit of a step so far. Maybe we can slow it down with the Phoenix a little bit. The Adepts are going to shade again. Medevac will lift up a little bit. As we continue to run, the Adept shade will just about get there to grab a few of the Marines. Here come the Phoenix to play the cleanup. Extra Marines are wandering over. They're not going to be there yet, and this could be an issue for Spirit. If you bring these units in too late, then...
I don't think you should bring them in at all then in that case, right?
Yeah, because now you're going to lose those as well.
Yeah, Adepts are targeting the tank there for a little bit, which was a mistake. They would really want to fight the Marines. This is huge damage here that is being dealt. And now Spirit, he doesn't have anything defensively anymore. Stim is about to finish up, so is Combat Shield. He really needed those extra units at home. You get, I think, a mine shot or a turret shot in the main base. Stim is going to get used here. SCV pool comes out, but with +1 and with the Glaives, a lot of SCVs are just going to end up falling. We have 6, 7 more Adepts coming in here as well. Mine shot is going to connect. I mean, this position might be holdable, but with a tank and with like 8, 9 extra Marines, it would have definitely been a hold.
Yep, that is going to be much rougher than it should have been. And yeah, you're right. If Spirit had just been able to get home, and like you say, even if you just didn't reinforce in the end, because those reinforcements achieved absolutely nothing. Now we have to just kind of wait this out a little bit, and Hero gets a chance to rebuild his third base, and he gets to undo a lot of what Spirit did, which was so good for him in the first place.
Yeah, this is not looking great here for Spirit. He's going to supply drop right now. He's losing a lot of depots behind his natural. We get a stim forward. There's just not enough mines forward. He's trying to kite back to these mines, but ideally he gets some of these mines just a little bit further in. This is an okay fight though. Just before +1, Phoenix is gonna go down. More Adept shading forward. Okay, Spirit is gonna clean this up. Loses a crap ton of workers. Behind this, Hero has re-expanded to the third base. And we have a Robo now done.
Robo on the way. I think this is now a weird flip where now it's going to be Spirit in a bit bad evo, but obviously his army is going to be much better for a little bit. Gets 2 Phoenix as well, as Hero is not watching there, so that's going to be costly. That's units going down unnecessarily once more.
I think the shade through here is correct, by the way. To pick up reinforcements and to threaten the natural at the same time. Maybe you can hold your third base. Spirit is not allowed to go back home. He's going to boost across. At the same time, losing a lot of these SCVs. 4 going down instantly here. We get a recall towards the third. The Hero is just not in position. If these guys get to unload, there's no mines nearby.
Well, he is going to get the full unload in this main base, so probes are just going to go down. Obviously, you can target some pylons here as well and shut down some production. That could be the route we take, is going to get rid of 2 gateways on the left-hand side, going to start going for the other pylons. A couple of Adepts there, taking a long time, but yeah, we will see what we can do. Gets 1 more pylon, actually cancels the warp in there as well. Just a couple of units. Problem is, as soon as these Adepts show up, these Marines do not trade well. They should be lifted into the medevac. This is, against the Adepts, you need numbers. And so as soon as you don't have the numbers, you need to be going again.
Yeah, Mines dealing a lot of damage over on the third base as well, as Marines are being rallied across. A couple more adepts being warped in defensively, but with 2 medevacs, I do believe that the Marines of the third should be capable of finishing up that third base. The redrop in the main base as well means that production can be rebuilt. Either double Robobay, by the way. I'm not sure if one got cancelled. No, both of them finished, but neither of them will ever get used, as I think Hero will be forced to tap out still relatively soon. What an insane game. Can't believe that we flamed Neon Violet and it provided us with a game like this.
This was not map related, surely.
No, it was. You wouldn't have seen this on any other map.
Yeah, no other map. This was literally Neon Violet Square doing the work.
Yeah.
What do the players even provide? Here. It's all about the maps. The last units again taken down as Hero makes something of a hole. Down 29 workers is still ahead in the work count, but obviously if Spirit just regroups and goes all together, he should have a very good time playing Connect this game out.
Yeah, he has infinite medevacs here. Like, if he gets any amount of Marauders in the mix, he just won't be capable of dying. He's gonna try to redrop the main once more, and it will be successful. Hero's just down 30-ish supply or so. So, good luck.
Fire unloading, a couple of probes are going to get chased, the pylon going to get targeted as well, a couple of gateways. It's going to get depowered once again. I love that, just, you know, take away your opponent's reinforcements so that he just cannot build as much as he might like to. Pylon's going down again. Just going to continue to fend this army off for the moment as the medevacs once again loading up, backing away. Now Marine's going to run into the front, let the Widow Mines do some work there. Bang! Some good splash damage to hurt the Adepts also. And again, it just keeps adding up. More and more so in Spirit's favor.
Yes. Spirit really does just need to group up with everything, though, and kind of go at the front. I think these small little fights actually help the Adepts more. Because Adepts don't scale so well in large numbers, but in small numbers they're quite powerful, especially against pure Marine armies. And once again, for whatever reason, the army of Spirit right now consists of basically pure Marines. I'm not saying I'm getting afraid, but if that one Colossus pops at the third base, there might be a hole. I mean, we also haven't seen a lot of SCV production in a long time. There's a fourth base done already. The main base kind of gets cleaned up here. Colossus is out in 10 seconds from here. Guardian Shield gets used, couple of Force Shield over at the third base. This Colossus is gonna pop, and I wonder if Pure Marine is gonna be good enough to deal with it. It is 1-1 upgrades versus, well, 1-1 upgrades, so the upgrades are even as well. Hero is actually going to survive here, at least for now. I think Spirit not grouping up has really cost him some, just a potential win here.
Yeah, just playing too split, like continuing to drop when it wasn't needed anymore. He clearly had the advantage numbers-wise, and he could have just kind of played this so differently. Instead, like you said, just keep on trying to go for more and more in just little ways. A couple of Liberators are going to be a frustration as we will get rid of that Sentry. We're actually going to try and dive forward here. We might as well get sieged aggressively. And Hero just playing with whatever little bits of space he is currently kind of just given / allowed to have. It's not a lot. Playing around the edges there. He gets jumped on. Colossus goes down. And like, just do it.
Yeah, that might actually just do it. The one Colossus going down. The reinforcement Stalkers plus Adepts coming in just a little bit too late. If they're there when the Liberator siege up, it might be a different game. But at this point, I mean, without any Colossus out, yeah, with not that many workers left anymore either, I am not seeing a viable path to victory for Hero quite as easily. Spirit is pushing very aggressively. Don't forget, a lot of that supply is in the air units that don't actually fight so well. What's the barracks count? Is at 5, right? Yeah. It's gonna fly the main base over to the tiny third, which is now a fourth base, I guess. We have some serious oversaturation on the third base as well. He actually doesn't have enough mineral patches available to himself. He probably should fly his natural over to a different base too.
Yeah.
He's being outmined by Hero by a significant amount.
Just, I mean, we are 50 minutes in the game, right? This has been a long one back and forth, so we're at that kind of stage where it would make a lot of sense to go and get forwards and go do, you know, go take some of the bases. Like, you're not in a great base position, actually, at this point, so I'm with you on that one.
He's taking a CC on the gold. That will get cancelled, I think. Yeah. Instant cancel there. Man, this has actually been such a sick game. It's like comeback into comeback into comeback into comeback. Just infinite amounts of turnarounds. Now we have Ghost coming out. We have a Viking count of 4, which is actually a very significant number if there's just a single Colossus, especially without thermal. Once there's like 3 Colossus out, you're probably going to need to go up to 6 or 8. There's no blink either, so Stalkers are not going to be great against Vikings. I mean, there's still... I'm still giving this to Spirit any day of the week, but he supply block once more here as well. That's like the third time I've seen this in this game, like these massive supply blocks. You have a couple of supply drops, yeah.
One of those wild games. Just keeps on going, keeps on giving. And definitely giving us some intrigue at this point in time. As do have our Blink +2. I mean, finally Hero's just going to stabilize on like a good army. And I think that's very concerning for Spirit, because that's definitely just not something he's played against yet. Like Hero on it, like I say, a good army. It's always been kind of scraps and, you know, adepts, which kind of do not scale well later into the game. I mean, Spirit's
this is a serious problem. I do feel that Hero needs, like, he's gonna need Blink, you know, and he's gonna need more than 2 disruptors in order to truly survive. We have a triple mind drop on the left side that could maybe deal some damage. 4 adepts could also shade in and try to deal some damage. I hope he doesn't finish that. He is gonna finish. I mean, where's the army gonna be, man? Finishes it up, instantly loses it. Hero actually feels confident enough now to move across the map. I'm not sure where that confidence is coming from.
Me neither. Maybe just trying to be the surprise factor. It's like, you didn't expect me here. That can be great sometimes, but can also backfire. Definitely something to be careful on.
Mine's hitting the 3rd base. This is not very impactful damage-wise, but it's really annoying because you have to deal with it. At the same time, Spirit moves forward. Snipes 1 Colossus for free. Second one's gonna go down here most likely as well. EMP's connecting with this force. As Disruptor Ball comes out. Spirit just runs out of its range. Hero deals with the Mind Drop threat, so that's something. Hero also has a 5th base on the way. Still has 5 Disruptors, but no Colossus. We have a massive drop into the main, which is exactly what you want to do against Disruptors. Disruptors are really bad when split up.
Yeah, when split up and when they have to kind of come in and be the aggressor into you, right? They're much better at kind of defending and being attacked into. As you drop straight into the main base, all the structures here are going to be in a lot of trouble. As you can see, this is not exactly looking too pretty right now. As we do have shots coming out all across the board, a few probes going down as well. Stalker's going to go after that Maroon Marauder too. This is the main base gone. We do kind of get the cleanup, but Spirit definitely with the win.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of reconsidering the concept, but yeah. Maybe he lost a bit too much.
There's 26 gas and 100 minerals remaining, so that Nexus had no value at all. And he didn't clear a lot of the infrastructure, he depowered it. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So
he mostly only killed the base, which probably doesn't matter too much right now anyway.
Yeah, who cares? There's plenty of mineral patches downstairs. There's just not enough workers right now. And he didn't really kill any workers. I think it's really going to come down to the disruptor control here and the anti-disruptor control out of Spirit. There's a planetary down here. This is a huge moment. We also have a drop heading into that back base here. So that is going to deal a bit of damage. We see double EMPs. That means no recall available. Hero's going to feel forced to attack into this right now. That's exactly what he's doing. Sends out 4 Purification Novas. None of them really hit though. Spirit with a very good initial fight. Can he continue that? I think he might be capable of. There's 1 more Purification Nova, but it's going to get sniped before the Disruptor can shoot it out. 1 more from the top side is not quite going to connect. Supply in favor of Spirit. And more reinforcements are coming in. There's also 8 barracks, which is a significant number. I do think that Spirit might have finally done it for real this time.
For real. No, I think he might have done, because this was a... I mean, he took actually a very good fight initially. He's going to eat a bad Disruptor shot there. He was just so well spread out against those Disruptors at first, and it definitely helped to nullify some of that initial damage, and landed a good EMP on them, so some of them were more targetable. And here we are now with Spirit definitely still with some units on the other side as well, so still dealing some bits of damage. I think if he can regroup and regather, his army definitely keeps heading back into a better position in Heroes.
Yeah, for sure. Like, as long as he doesn't get hit by like the mother load of Purification Novas, he should be fine. Snipes 2 of these Disruptors before they get the hit. 1 Purification Nova hits just a couple of Marauders. 1 more now moving in forward. We'll actually get a connection. But yeah, Hero at this point is actually confirmed that. I mean, he's down in workers. He's still dealing with like a unit in the main base, 2 units in the main base, 2 Marauders, and he'll need to deal with that. His aggressive army is too small. This game has been legit insane. This is one of the best games that I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely finished fantastic through and through. And it is going to be GG, which means that we are going to get to go to game 3. And you really called it. You said this is a fun group. It really is a fun group today.
I didn't think the fun was going to come from
Hero
Spirit versus Hero on Neon Violet and Eldorado, though. If I'm being real with you. Jesus Christ. That's such a good game.
That's a great
First game also was good.
Yeah.
This is a good series.
Great series. I like it.
Wow.
That's what we get. Make some Starcraft and we will get rewarded.
Yeah. Surreal. What a game. What's the final map?
Ultra Love. What do you think about Ultra Love? This feels like almost one of the mid-lane maps out of the new maps, personally. Like this sort of one I'm like, it's fine. Doesn't amaze me. Don't hate it.
I'm not a huge fan of it. Once again, Ultra Love has found itself in the unique situation where they've managed to create a watchtower that actually is cool. Like, you can take it in the early game, which is brilliant. There's rocks blocking it, and it only really works in the super late game. So, I think phenomenal watchtower, really. Actually the best usage of a watchtower. So we've seen the best gold in this map pool, and we've seen the best watchtower in this map pool. You'd love to see it.
Absolutely. I love to see that. That's what I live for.
The map makes really,
honestly, this set of maps was so good.
Big respect, man. Really big respect.
This set of maps was so good. I said it at the time in the TLMC. I was like, you could actually just pick any 9 maps from the TLMC and just like, boom, you've got a map pool.
Which one was that? Was that 20?
That was a long time ago, because the last TLMC we did was team games. So
right.
It was a long time ago. But I remember the last 2 TLMCs, honestly, had been very good. You know, usually we get TLMCs where it's like, there's a few good maps, but you've also got a bunch of those maps which it's like, okay, that map kind of got forced in because they made you do something weird and this and that. But like, the last couple have genuinely just been extremely high quality, so.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the map makers really, they've upped the bar.
Have indeed. Are you ready to up the bar in this game 3?
I don't think it's possible.
That's
the annoying part about game 2 like that, you know? The game 3 can only disappoint at this point, Wardy.
Yeah, it only goes downhill from here.
Yeah, this was the best part of your day. Like, it's not, you know? I suggest it's going to sleep after this.
No, I don't think I can get away with that one, but...
You could try.
But yeah, I've got the... It won't be the best part of my day. I've got some people to put on the tree after we get done with the games as well, so...
You're gonna put up the tree?
No, and my tree is up. I put people on the tree.
Oh.
This is an annual Warditv tradition.
What, hanging people on a tree?
Oh my god! When you sub, you get to go on the tree. Yeah.
Oh, the great privilege you have.
It was not the person themselves, it's just their name.
Oh, their name. Okay, I was thinking already. What an odd tradition you have.
I just didn't think you needed it really spelling out, you know, step by step.
Yeah, I don't know how dark your mind is, Wardy, but it messed up.
I didn't know how slow your mind was, but...
Very. Oh. Ooh, this makes me puke, this response. 8 probes?
8 probes. Ugh. Pretty disgusting.
I'm not loving it.
No, I love that this SCV is back here, but more HP on it as well, with 8 probes attacking it. I think I really hated taking the 3rd base location that much last time. Ooh.
Dude, if he gets the eBay down a second time there, I think I would have screamed if I'm hero here. Yeah, you hit your desk. Look how bad this is economically. It's insane. This pylon is supposed to finish 2 minutes in, and you're supposed to be at 23 supply. But he had to cut 2 workers so that he can fit in his adapt. And then this thing comes out like 10 seconds late. Like, this was so freaking expensive. So freaking expensive.
Yep. Very expensive. CC comes through SCV. Coming up. Got a couple Marines on the way in as well. And our Adept and our Warp Gate continue to produce through on the side of Hero. Nexus building probe on the way. And we got triple CC, so Spirit just going to try and play a big ego game. Just wants to get into that mid stage in a very good spot, basically. Just going to try and play greedy to get there, so... Yeah, but just like to maybe give himself some kind of leeway as well to kind of take damage early if Hero has some good harass or so. 3 CC will make up for that a little bit.
Yeah, I I just don't think that Hero's gonna have some good arrests. Oh my god, Hero's playing Robo. I'm a certified Robo hater, by the way, Wardy.
Really?
This is, yeah, legitimately the worst opener that exists. But against Triple CC, it's actually quite good, you know? I'll give him that. I'll actually give him that. Against Triple CC, it's nice. There's a build that you can do that sounds stupid, but it's good. It's Colossus Drop. Colossus Drop is really good against Triple CC.
Because they just have no tech to really push the Colossus back?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Chase you with Marines and SCVs? Like, that should not be possible. One Marine has been taken out already. I love that Spirit respects this and throws down a bunker. Because a lot of Terrans, they'll look at it and say, hey, I have a ramp, I should be fine, but he really is not fine. So he's going to need that bunker desperately. Without that bunker, he's just pretty... I don't want to say he's dead, but he's in a world of trouble. And now with the bunker up, he's actually kind of fine. We're going to see a sentry pop out. We have a prism already started. Hero's actually going to go for 3-gate pressure initially, which I am not super familiar with. I think the moment he sees the 3rd CC and the 3 racks, he'll throw down the Robo Bay and maybe even a 3rd base instantly as well. I don't actually know how that would work. If you go 4 gas first or you first take the 3rd base, I need to think about that. Okay, he's gonna scout it. Let's see if he throws down the insta Robo Bay. Okay, double gas and Robo Bay. That's his response. I think that's a reasonable response here. He still can deal some damage, of course, with this 3-gate as well. So that too is exciting.
It just really solidifies his future with that Colossus attack on the way up. And then take a 3rd behind that as well. And obviously potentially gives you a good timing window too, because you get those Colossus up so quickly. Your opponent's tech is still not going to be online super fast. So we force field on the ramp. There's a little bit of a gap there. You get a warp into the main base along with this. CV's pull. We will get some workers, but I don't feel like we should be able to stick around here forever. Good micro back with the prism, but that's really all we've got going on as Hero. As this is going to get cleaned up, pushed away. About 5 SCVs here.
This is absolutely fine for Hero, by the way. Like, he is not looking for a kill with this. If he was doing this off of 2 gases, I'd say, okay, he needs to get a kill. But in this case, he doesn't. He's going to go for Disruptor Drop instead. Not as big a fan of that. We're going to see the Gravitic Drive as well as a Forge. The problem with Disruptor Drop is that your follow-up is just much weaker. Well, if you go for a Colossus Drop, you already have the Colossus, you know? So they can't take that away from you. Well, they can, but most of the time they won't. Stalker's now trying to drop in the main base. Should get picked up again once Stim has been activated. Also, a Disruptor is just less of a threat to Marines.
That's true.
Like, you need to get lucky with it. Or lucky, the other guy needs to not pay attention
Whereas
for a bit.
The Colossus would just be very consistent and kind of dealing damage to Marines and pretty much guaranteed to get stuff done. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Hero gonna try and win it in the most Hero way possible, right? Speeding around with Disruptor drops does sound like Hero. Nothing else.
Did that Disruptor get spotted there? I'm not sure if it did.
Do not know.
It's gonna come in from the right side here. Poof. Oh, that's 3 Marines, 1 Marauder that gets damaged. Is he... What is his follow-up plan? He's gonna just shade the Adepts into the natural now. He's very good at creating opportunities for himself. Truly surreal. Turret is not quite up yet. Disruptor's gonna join the battle here. Adepts could shade out. Here comes this bad boy. He's gonna clear, or almost clear, one of these Marauders. And does manage to shade out with 4 of the Adepts. This is such a weird setup, no?
Yeah. It's funny because I keep feeling like this Disruptor's about to get a kill, and it's like, nope, actually I don't kill Marauders fully, but... Keeps happening as our Disruptor shot here is going to come through, force the bow to split apart a little bit. Concussive shells, +1 attack, continuing to come online as well. Again, +1 blink coming through on Hero's side of things still for the moment.
He's just continuing with the Disruptor. Oh, that one through. You saw that?
Yeah, through the rocks.
That's like a movie moment, you know, when they go, they slide under the closing door.
The Disruptor shot slides under the rocks as they fall down.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have made that more epic was if there was units there to actually like kill as well, right? Then it would have actually been like a movie moment.
Yeah, it would have definitely been better if it had some purpose. But
yeah,
it still felt good nonetheless.
Instead he stood under the door and the other guy walks through the door next to him. He's like, bro.
Yeah, shoots him in the head. Hey, well, that's anticlimactic, but still cool nonetheless. This is such a weird style that you're playing now because you're following this up with Charge, and you have a lot of disruptors, and disruptors don't, they don't go very well. They don't super synergize with with charge lot. So this is why we usually see some type of a Colossus follow up, and then you have these disruptors kind of in the, in the army as well, and it's something. Gonna get a double drop as well heading into the main. Hero smelled it, or saw it with the observer, I guess, more likely, but I like to believe he also smelled it at the same time. Spirit's gonna unload into the main base now on top of the workers. Look at that.
Yep, gonna be getting straight in here and trying to deal some damage. The Guardian Shield popping up as Medivacs will be forced to retreat away, so not much going to be gotten from this one. Do you see that Prism going to turn back the other direction?
I'm loving the spot though that Hero is in. Like, supply is very solid. Just the lack of blink is
concerning.
It's rubbing me the wrong way.
There it is. It's on the way now. You heard it was disturbing you.
Yeah.
He's gonna fix it.
There's a nice army on the left too. Like he's well set up to try and do some stuff.
Blink coming up. Again, +2 attack on the way. The extended thermal lens will finish very shortly as well. As just going to see a couple of shots firing in. The bio will continue to chase for just a little bit. As our Stalker's going to sit on the edge and keep an eye on those Medivacs which are nearby. Something else for us to just watch to see if anything's going to come of that.
Yeah, Prism with the Disruptor still flying around as well. It's gonna maybe get into the natural Spirit. There's a turret, it makes it hard. There's a tank, which also makes it hard. Yeah, it's gonna need to cancel this. Oh, it's absolutely nothing, but at least he tried.
Go running as the Zealots will have a good chase here. Potentially deal some damage, but not going to be able to get too much done as we do just run out of there. And again, +2 attack and Blink both continuing up here on the side of Hero, so getting those upgrades on the way, which will obviously only improve his army. Taking that top left-hand base as well, kind of far away. Definitely feels like that should be a somewhat targetable base for Spirit if he realizes that's there.
Okay, here we go. Some good pre-splits. One Ghost, one Marauder, and a Marine walk into a Purification Nova. They all die. Zealots charging in forward. Can you attack into this?
I mean, Hero seems to think that he can, so he's going to send it a little bit. A couple of tanks stepping forward as well, as they're going to come straight on through. And the army of Hero is now going to turn towards the natural instead. Bio's going to come down the ramp. Colossus was in a little bit of danger there, but gets handled. That's a recall. Yeah. Little drop on the other side. Anti-Medivac goes down. The other Medivac lives. But maybe be able to threaten another drop elsewhere. I mean, kind of a chaotic moment or two.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Spirit had sent a drop in a bit quicker. Maybe he could have done something. Hero here not paying attention is going to lose one of his disruptors. Second one also being targeted. Does not get picked up by a Prism. Colossus now show up. That was a little bit sloppy because he had the tools available, but he didn't use them. Now he's also lost his Prism, which means that reinforcing this spot is going to be much harder. Fourth base for Spirit finally flying over. Hero has a fifth base already active. His worker count only on 73 though.
Yeah, probably going to step back. Siege Tank going to fire up a little bit as well. Stalker's going to have to blink away as a couple of Colossus will come through and do their thing. Obviously, the SCV starting to drop in that position. Probes going down on the other side once more. He's got the tanks able to help hold their ground. A couple of Mortals going down. Beefy units that would be really nice to keep alive for the longevity of this game. But that's not going to be the case, so they get taken out and pushed back. Everything else still gathering in the center.
Yeah, a serious issue here for Spirit, but two serious issues are his lack of workers and the fact that he hasn't started his 2-2 quite yet. That means that the longer this game goes, the worse his upgrade position is going to be. His fort is finally done, but he doesn't really have the workers to saturate it. It's not like he has some crazy oversaturation anywhere. He's just sending 3 SCVs over into that area right now. Zealot plus Stalker run by is going to clear a couple of these Marines and this one Marauder perhaps. No, Hero's going to pull back as he attacks his army from the side. Blinks on forward to kill both of these tanks. Colossus very deep in the red though. Hero actually needs to be careful in this battle.
Yep, he's going to lose 2 Colossus pretty much straight away, so damage being done right off the bat. And yeah, we actually do have him needing to retreat away there, right? That was absolutely necessary for him in the end, so Gets there, makes it happen. You have +3, +2 on the way up. So upgrade-wise, Hero continues to improve, whereas Spirit's a little bit stagnant in the upgrade. So that may be something which kind of puts these two apart, because we've seen a lot of back and forth moments. An upgrade difference may have something to kind of, like I say, stop that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, Spirit has pretty much accepted his fate. He needs to move across the map at some point. I think what he's waiting for is for Hero to make a move into him. Then he can counterattack with the 2 medevacs on the left and hopefully still hold, hold at home. That would be the ideal scenario. Then counterattack and try to win. Because if you're fighting 1-1 against 3-2, good luck, my dear friend. But you're not going to get a whole lot of evenly outcome fights here. So Vikings are actually going to find this Colossus, which is sick. We have a drop that forces a recall, and now I think it's going to be the moment here for Spirit to actually just kind of fly across the map and see if he can do it. He has a lot of Ghost in the composition. It is 3-1 against 1-1. Just right-clicks the base there. Should probably clear these Zealots first, but I don't think he has enough power in this force.
Well, Zealots... It's going to be charging forward. Stalker's going to blink through. So that's going to come around both sides. A couple of Ghosts going to be forced to lift up into the medevacs. And those medevacs going to go down to the bottom. Going to be chased away by one of the loading. Zal's going to run up. Spirit is not going to have enough to hold on here. It's going to be GG's at the end of this. Pretty awesome series. These two played a hell of a best of 3.
That's game very good as well.
Yeah.
Good series you picked there, Wardy. Very nice. Or good series I picked, because I'm out now, Wardy.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure hanging out with you.
You missing all the good matches coming up still.
Yeah, I will, but my viewers won't. Don't worry about it.
All right, GG's, mate. Thanks for joining.
GG's. Thanks. Ciao, ciao. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. All right, guys. We're not going anywhere. Just Hearthstone that's ditching us. What's new? Alright, we are just going to take a moment here to hop servers. We're going to hop on over to Korea because we've got Rogue finally coming out to play. Some great series to start the day off. Definitely a fantastic start. Definitely a fantastic start as we are going to head into Rogue versus Trigger, and then Rogue versus Hero. Then Trigger versus Spirit, and Spirit versus Rogue to round us out today. So we're going to get this one ready to rumble. And kick this off in just a moment. Let me try and find... Rogue. Maybe he's just in the wrong server. It's possible. Alright, Trigger is here. Just waiting for Rogue. Say? Ah. The chat channel problem. Alright, so basically on Korea for some reason there's 2 Warditv chats. So that's, they were in different Warditv chats. So we're good. Alright, we're going to go into this. Welcome everyone from the Hearthstone stream. Hope you guys are doing great. Thank you again for Hearthstone joining us to enjoy those games. They were very fun games. As we get ready for a couple of Rogue matches. Like I say, it's going to be Rogue playing some ZVPs up next. Trigger, then Hero. And then we have Trigger Spirit and Rogue Spirit to end the day. Hero, obviously, 1-1 now because he lost to Trigger. So Trigger in a great spot. If he could take out Rogue, he's going to be in an amazing spot in this group. So that could be very exciting. Definitely some fun potential. As we get ready to rumble. A couple of videos coming in, so we shouldn't be too long, guys. Get this going. very soon. Very, very soon. Do-do-do-do-do. Lane's Ultra Love going to be coming up. We're going to get this going. Alright, guys. We did have some love come in on the stream while Hearthstone was casting, so I don't do shoutouts when my co-casting. But Siru came in with the 27-month resub. Booyah for all on the 22-month resub as well. Twitch says I spent 265 hours watching Wardy this last year. What if I want it back? Yeah, you're just going to have to commit to more, mate. And also Clocker on the Prime sub for 2 months. Thank you so much. I will get you guys on the tree after this game. Or maybe before this game if it's taken a while for everyone to join. I had 6 casters before. Where have they all gone? You guys could just actually join the lobby, please. That would be amazing. My life a little easier. Alright, I'm in on one caster to join us. Where's my last? Oh yeah, it's a Clocker. Alright, get you guys on the tree because we're waiting on one of the casters. Thank you so much for the love. If you guys are enjoying this Warditv tournament, I really appreciate you guys supporting. Without your support, these events do not happen. So, yeah, if you do enjoy the tournaments, do consider subscribing, using your primes. All of that stuff really does help out a huge, huge amount. Ugh. That did not feel as though it was going to be such a stretch away. We are running $7,000 of tournaments this month. So we have a lot of Starcraft 2 coming up. Darksaber23, thank you so much for the 1 year resub on the Prime. Game's coming up, so I will get you on the tree after this game is done. But yeah. We'll do a proper sellout maybe in another series or two, guys. Alright. Wardy, do you think ST will be hosted at Katowice this year? Roddy isn't holding out much hope, just wondering if you've heard anything. Well, yeah, they actually rang me up and they said, hey, Wardy, don't tell Roddy because we're trying to keep him in the dark, but not you. I have no idea, mate. Like, I think it's still possible they announced something last minute for StarCraft at Katowice. I think stuff might already be in place outside of just the announcement, which is basically based on EWC announcing it. But, I don't know. I don't really care. If there's no Katowice, we'll probably get another tournament, you know? You know, Katowice is a great thing, and it's become like a prestigious thing of StarCraft 2, but other tournaments can be just as good. I'm not really worried. Like, if it happens in Katowice, great. If it doesn't happen in Katowice, then that's also probably going to be fine, you know? So, yeah, it's kind of close, but, I mean, if the thing is, like, put it this way. My TLDR of my opinion on this is, if it's going to happen with EWC, then ESL probably already know this, in which case it's very likely that they already have, like I say, everything in place and ready to go. You know, they already have all the groundwork in position. We just don't, you know, they just haven't announced it, right? And the only thing that that's really bad for is selling tickets. But I'm not sure how much, especially when you consider that, you know, you're selling tickets to ESL, but your main money is going to be coming from the fact it's supported by EWC. Selling tickets is not exactly one of those things which is like, haha, you know, this is it. This is the problem. You know, this is... I don't know how much that's going to matter. So if they just say, look, that doesn't matter because we're getting the money to run this from EWC and we announce on their schedule, then that doesn't matter, right? Like, then you just, you know, you announce it late and that sucks for people who maybe want to go, but that's just the way it is, right? So I wouldn't say there's any reason to completely discount it apart from the lateness of it, but the lateness of it is quite clearly tied to as well just the EWC announcement in general. I just don't think... I very much so strongly believe this as well, is that if there wasn't going to be any EWC circuit next year, if there wasn't going to be anything, I think they would have said something. I just don't see why ESL wouldn't have just been like, hey guys, we appreciate that you've enjoyed the ESL Pro Tour. Unfortunately, it will not be continuing in 2024, 2025. Like, they would have just said it if it wasn't going to happen, or if they were still, you know, if they weren't in negotiation, or something is not still being done towards it happening, you know? Like, they would have just said that it's not happening. So, yeah. That's my opinions on it. I don't know. I'm just going to keep casting Starcraft and run Starcraft. When bigger events come around, they'll come around. Just gotta sit back and let it be its thing. Pro's going to pull in here. As the lane goes down, we get ourselves settled into this one. Game number 1 of this best of 3, as we just have ourselves the link speed coming up as well. Just bringing that straight through at the moment. I'm trying to get some damage done, but the Lings are going to be there to be a pretty decent turnaround. Push that back as well. Just going to see a couple of Adepts going to be there to push the Lings away too, so just going to push those back the other direction. Orb-Gate, Oracle, Adept, all continue to come through for the moment as well. Couple of Adepts in the Oracle coming to see what they might want to get done. Just going to shade into the natural there. Ling's going to get a wrap around. Both of those Adepts going to be in trouble. 2 drones going down. Both those Adepts will die. Queen's going to be there to push the Oracle back the other way. The rest of the Lings continue to come through into the center as well. Nexus and Probe still building on it up just for the moment. As again, our drones and our Overlord continue to build. And all of that ready to roll. Oracle's still taking a few pokes. Again, just going to be seeing a couple of Adepts going to be there. The Ling's getting turned around one more time. Continue to go back and forth. Oracle gets up again. Drones and Overlords on the way out. The Twilight Council and the Nexus will continue to build. Rogue is back. Rogue has been back a long time. Yeah. You had Björn is back as well. Björn has been back for also a long time now. Björn's been back like 3 years or 3.5 years or something at this point. Like, Björn's been back a long time. Yeah, Rogue came back earlier this year. It was great to have him back. He's been providing us some very fun games. As Lings continue to move through, a couple Queens moving around themselves as well. Got the Oracle still getting pushed the other direction. Plus 1 attack and Blink coming up. Gateways and Stalkers being produced. And the Lings are going to get there. A couple of the Stalkers go down as well. I'm just going to be seeing the Lings continue to fight as the Stalkers continue to take some damage. So, I mean, Rogue gets in, does deal some damage. Obviously, we wait for that +1 and Blink to come through on the side of Trigger. As a couple Queens will get there, and the Adepts will be chased around a little bit. Depth's gonna get there. 3 drones going down already. Queens, Lings moving about. Another gateway gonna go down as well over on the edge. It's just gonna drop that one into place. Once again, +1 missiles and the Hydra Den. Drones as well continue to come through. And that +1 and that blink continue to build on in. The couple of gates are coming up. The Nexus is coming through. The Oracle will activate. The Oracles will go through those Lings pretty nicely. It's taking a lot of damage. Hydra's still coming up and online. The Overlord's coming through. And the rest of those Hydras still coming up down as the Oracles will activate onto those Zerglings. Continue to chase those down currently. Wrap around for the Stalker. And the Stalker's going to be there again. Blink's still coming up just for the moment. Stalker's up to the top side. It's going to keep moving over again. The Hydras will gather in as well here currently. It's just getting everything ready. Stalker's actually getting caught a little, but not going to last too long. Hydras and Queen's going to come in, follow up, and still chase those Stalkers down. So really looking to get those there over the next little bit as our Lings and our Hydras continue to keep those Stalkers pinned back and away. Hydra Keen still fighting. Stalkers pushed away. And we take a few moments. +1 missiles, Hydra's range and roach speed, but the Stalker's already here, and the fact that this is Ling Hydra right now, but there's not that many Lings is a little concerning. We do have more coming from the other side. Nice Stasis Ward helps to catch some of the units, but the attack from the other side will continue, and those Stalkers have to keep on getting the hell out of there right now, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. Well handled by Trigger, pulls himself into the right position to minimize the losses, as we do see obviously some Hydras will go down in this circumstance. This is one of those scenarios where we can just find some damage. The Hydra's going to get there. Stalkers get pushed about again. Let's look at ourselves. The Storm, the Charge, the +2, extra High Templars all still building into play. For the moment, Stalker's going to try and get this hatchery. I mean, unlikely to get it. Once more, Rogue is looking to come from the bottom side. Stasis catches some of the Lings. It's going to help you to choke it up, and you should have the angle to get this out and make the Hydras only be coming from one direction, which is one of the most important things for you in that circumstance, which is exactly what we get, so there we go. Stalkers keep on blinking back. The Oracle's going to be there too. Rogue just continuing to push. Infestation Pit now on the way up, so he is going to turn this into a continually committed attack, it would seem. So I'm just going to blink forward. The Ravager's going to cancel. Hydra's going to get jumped on as well, so a little bit more damage done there. And we're going to be seeing the Zealots get into the front too, also doing their part of helping out. The Ravager Hydra coming back the other way. Stalkers continue to shoot away. Overseer going down. These few Zerglings are getting picked away at as well. So we continue to pick through all of those. And we just turn around, picking off that Ravager on top of everything else. The Stalker's going to come back in. It's been a good cleanup from Trigger. And Rogue losing a lot of units. Trigger put himself in a very good place. And Rogue, with everything lost, is actually just going to say GG. And Trigger takes the map number 1. It's very exciting because obviously Trigger is in a situation here where if he wins a map 2 and he wins this series, he's 2-0 in this group. That would be very exciting. Alright guys, we're going to jump into King's Cove. Game 2 here. Set up. Yo, Vizcatchu, thank you so much for the 2-month resub. Hang me, father. I will hang you. Got Darksaber to put up as well. People around, players are ready. Protoss, correct races are there. Thank you so much, Vizcachu and Darksaber. Welcome to the tree that is not currently lit up today. We'll get the lights going again later, guys. It's just a little slow to get going today, and it's been a bit of a day. So, just yeah. I mean, I guess I could put the lights on. The button's right there. There we go. Put some lights on these. The white lights are like around the back, so I have to put them on in a different place. Well, we'll just put the colored ones on for now. Alright, welcome. As we have got in the top left, our blue Protoss player really did a great job of just dispatching of his opponent there, right? Just did not have... just traded well, pulled back. Rogue lost everything in the chase. And so Trigger takes game number 1. A 1-0 lead, man. Trigger playing well. I was so impressed by his Alima League run yesterday as well. I was so sad we only got to see his match against Hero. It would have been really cool to see his early matches. I really wish we saw the game of his against Bunny. I've been wanting to watch a Bunny game for so long. And I just keep missing them in my own tournament, in the other tournaments. Don't get the replays for it. Anyways. Trigger top left and Rogue in the bottom right. They're going for game number 2 here. Hatch gas, drone on the way. And settle down for a couple of moments. Rope goes around the back. Coming over, trying to see what we can do. Chasing for a little bit. Drone, I was just going to chase that probe back around. Drone's going to get the probe to the low ground. King's Cove, what Austin was talking about this map, is typically very defendable, right? The first 3 bases are very difficult to break. You can take a 4th in the front as well, so that definitely helps also. Look at all things be coming by. Obviously, we'll see if Rogue wants to get a bit funky here. Down in game. First match to him for the day. I mean, it's going to get very interesting. If Rogue loses to Trigger, then Trigger's obviously looking to go through the group. And then you basically have Rogue Hero up next. Would be a pretty good decider of who advances. It's not a guarantee, because the Spirit games can still have some influence as well. Handling speed on the way up. The Overlord and the Queen still building a hatchery and drones continuing through as well. And the Oracle and the Wolfgate still coming through. Handling speed coming up, a couple Queens on the way. That gateway still going through, the Wolfgate still building as well. So you get that all going for the moment. The Ling's going to show up. Nexus will potentially take some damage. And just the drones and so coming through. Just going to activate a couple of shots coming inbound. Just going to be seeing some more hits. The Queen's going to be there. Continue to play cleanup for the moment as, again, the Nexus probes and assemblies will continue into play. That Twilight Council will start up as well. oracles come across again. Twilight and the Forge coming through. Nexus and Probe still building. Drones, the Oracle's doing well, and Roach on the lab both on the way up here also. That's settled in, just for now. Then the Roach run then will give Rogue some options as he sits on his 3 bases. Trigger's on 3 bases too, so nothing too crazy about that just for now. As again, the Oracles gather up. A couple of Adepts are going to come through as well. Adept's going to shade. Queen's going to be there. Oracle will take a little hit. Some damage being dealt. And +1 and Blink both coming through. The Oracle's still going to get active here. Continuing to go fighting. Queen's coming across also. Again, the Evo Chamber, Hydra Den. Extra drones in production. Continue this through for the moment as we'll just get some more damage done. The damage racking up, absolutely. Definitely getting added together a little bit at the moment as Queen's and the Lings regather on the front. Hydra Den, Hatchery and drones. +1 missiles, all on the way up. For the moment, as again the Temple Archives Robo Facility. Blinken +1 coming through too. The Nexus also on the way in. A couple of additional pylons are added on. And the Infestation Pit coming down. We see an idea of what Rogue wants to do. Once again, maybe move into that Hive Tech. Built the Infestation Pit last game, never really got there. Played kind of that aggressive shove on the Hydras and kind of, you know, flopped from that point. Ended up on the GG. Stalkers will fight. A few Lings get turned away the other direction, so they will get chased back as well. Stalker's going to be there. Lings taking shots. And +1 missiles and the Groove Spines continue to come into play. We have the Storm coming through as well from Trigger, so just being very safe about his setup. Get that Storm up, it obviously provides you so much coverage against so much of that Zerg army. Gives you a much easier time as Rogue will start to head into Hive Tech, so he'll move his way into that. So we get that started up as well. And in that regard, definitely still heading in some good directions here. I'm just going to get a little wraparound on these Adepts, so they're going to take some damage too. So some more shots going down. And we'll see the Stalkers fighting back. Queen will take some more hits as well. Damage being done across the board for the moment. Zia flies into the natural expansion, trying to see what's going on. Then plus the Hive, obviously an army comp that we didn't get to see from Rogue last time out, so maybe this time it can be much improved. +2 and +1 on the way in. The Hydra's coming about as well. Those Oracles are going to drop that Stasis Ward down just for now. This is King's Cove in a nutshell. This map is typically going to create some longer games. That's the kind of gameplay it generates and encourages in a big way. That's exactly where we go for now. The Stalker's going to go for a couple of Creep Tumors. Again, melee upgrade and +2 missiles all coming out still. Things coming up, Spire building through, Midas Network, Lurker Dens, all the good stuff building. Yeah, on King's Cove. And you're doing the right thing. Let's Trigger. You've got time. You're being given a bunch of time, so we're just going to move into war carriers. Just going to get that on the go immediately. Like I say, absolutely the correct choice, the correct thing to be moving to. Right idea. For the moment, as we actually do see a stasis, a revelation, sorry, going down, hitting those lurkers in a big way. Hydra's coming through as well. Lurkers burrowing's gonna get forward. The lurk is still firing up. Maul gonna be taking some damage as well. Time Warp goes down. Our Archon step through. Lurker's gonna be there. Hit those. Lurker's gonna hit that Archon back a little bit. The Stalkers as well gonna be there to help on that regard. Now the Lings in the main base gonna go crazy on the probes. So damage being dealt. We're getting a lot done for the moment. It just keeps on adding up here so far. 9 probes going down, but Rogue's main army is obviously just going to be in a struggle. We lost 6 lurkers, a chunk of Hydras, and in general, we're not exactly looking to do too well in the future as our lurkers and Hydras will get burrowed up. So the Storm is still coming down. Lurkers and Hydra's going to get caught in that. As you see a couple of those lurkers dropping. I mean, the cleanup from Trigger is very good. His army composition has just been great here. Remember, he's up a game, and he would be 2-0 in this group with Spirit left to play if he wins this series. Trigger is absolutely looking to potentially even take first place in this group. That is extremely exciting. Trigger playing well at the minute. Like I said, I was really impressed by his run in the Lima League yesterday, and maybe he's just in really good shape right now, because I know Trigger can be good, but these are some impressive results being strung together, especially. That's the important thing, right? These are not just like, oh, you beat this guy in a tournament. Like, he's stringing results together right now across yesterday, today. Very cool. Trigger is looking as though he's absolutely just done enough here. The only thing I will say is it's King's Cove, so an advantage does not mean the game is going to end. This map will likely still go on for at least a little while at the moment. There's a couple of changelings do get knocked down as well, so we take those out. Rest of the unit still moving through. +3 missiles, +2 melee, all coming about still. Only +1 flyer attack upgrade coming in as the 8 lurkers continue in production. Actually gonna try and dive on top of this with these corruptors. I mean, there's a lot of corruptors. And if the corruptors can win out in the sky, maybe the ground army of Rogue can then have a shot as well. He's actually going to take a very good fight here as the air army of our Protoss player will be felled, and the ground army of Rogue looks good enough. Now, Fusel's showing up elsewhere, going to keep on, distracting and being an annoyance at the moment as those corruptors continue through, chasing down the carrier. Carrier's pulling back. Queen's still going to be there. Damage being dealt again. Again, our +2 air weapons coming up. The 4 additional carriers all producing on in just for the moment. All gathering on the left side, Ling Hydra lurking, moving up to the top. General plans coming through, +3 missiles upgrades coming in as well. I mean, this is going to be nice because Rogue is going to get into a position on this forward base, and Trigger is going to go back the other direction. So he is going to try and force Rogue to basically turn around. Zealot's already leaking into one of these bases here. Trigger consistently finding worker kills, consistently doing damage to the economy. And I love this little bit of a turn. Just jumps onto a group of units there. Gets a little couple of shots off, forces Rogue to burrow the lurkers already, and that reduces the rate of his retreat. Don't think we necessarily want to do much else, but I think that alone has already been pretty decent. Storm goes down, Corruptor's taking shots again. I feel like the Nidus, obviously, if we could maybe get some of those Niduses up, that would be awesome. But that's still, for the moment, something that we gotta work our way toward. Ain't given just yet. As our units gather on the left-hand side again. Changes get knocked down. We obviously have this air army kind of back on track on the side of Trigger, but we have seen that air army defeated once already, so I don't think that's necessarily going to be a guaranteed little something. Lurker's going to move away. Around the right side, obviously. Just trying to harass Rogue, trying to hit these different bases. Trigger has the left side base set up as well. I think he's trying to get some units over there. Hydra's actually going to spot the Zealots that are just running off of that base. So both players still, again, consistently trying to find those bits of harassment here, there, and everywhere. Carriers and the Archons, High Templars, and Immortals all stepping forward. Is going to unburrow, going to chase down those High Templars, the Archon, the Carriers. All of that going to get hunted a little bit for the moment. Again, Carriers and the Tempests coming across. Nice storm onto those Lurkers. It's going to come straight through. The Cryptids are going to... I mean, the Cryptids in such good numbers up in the skies. Kind of crazy how many of those there is, and they're going to fly through and do very well. I mean, the air army of Trigger just gets absolutely nuked. This is where Trigger needs to just go all out on the ground. The problem is 17 Hydras on the way now. Great Spy is starting. You can go all out on the ground, but Rogue is going to be ready to meet you. I mean, we got rid of some of those Corruptors. The Archons on the ground doing work, but we just need a little bit more support to truly keep the Corruptor numbers down, I think. If you can get a few more Corruptors doing this, it makes the whole situation that much better for you. Those Lurkers actually going to get some very good shots off those Zealots melting. Because apparently we're missing the detection necessary to clear up this position and to give us an opportunity to do anything about that. And just will clean up those few Zealots. Still moving about, just going to get up into toward the natural for a little bit. Just going to move in over there. A few Stalkers get warped in as well. And try and turn things back. Zelda Mortal Archon coming across. The Lurk is going to be there, and Archon getting picked away at. Stalkers blink underneath, and Corruptors get chased away. Yeah, those Lurkers that are getting caught a little bit here. The Archons, the Immortals, the Zealots, all the rest. And caught us themselves a little, just need to be cautious. Nice defense of the Nidus network. That's one thing which Rogue definitely is going to lean upon here to try and get something done. Remember, Rogue did make his way in toward the Greatest Spire as well. He's now got 21 Lurkers on the ground. 4 Carriers up from Trigger. He's obviously not really kind of looking to build too much more in the skies. There's only 12 Corruptors. Maybe a move back towards more Sky Toss would be okay for him. There's a lot of Lurkers on the top, so Trigger says, you know what, I gotta go diving through the center. He realizes and recognizes that fact that he just can't necessarily let those units deal damage without making some moves himself. It does not go too well. The Lurkers do burrow up. See, we know where these units are, so it's going to reposition a little bit as those Lurkers continue to hold position over on that side. Let's get back to the center currently. And Lurkers on 2 different angles now going to start coming in. Storms all over the place. We hit a lot of the Lings, but the Lings trapping a lot of the Archons. And again, the Lurkers just doing damage throughout that is going to be the problem. That is where the damage really is done. And it is adding up in a big, big way. Six more Corruptors coming in right now. These Lurkers just getting rid of the left side base. I think that's really a good indicator that this game is really going into Rogue's favor now, because a left base was, to me, a constant for Trigger in this game, right? He constantly had this available. He constantly had that there for himself. It was a reliable source of income, and that going down, I think, says that Rogue really is taking control away from Trigger, putting himself into a much better position. I think Rogue is starting to look very good, because he's the man with at least a gas bank. Trigger does not have much bank at all, trying to build up a few more carriers again. Maybe, just maybe, a few more carriers. We're at 7 going to 10. Maybe we can get to a point here where your opponent just does not have enough anti-air. But we're back to 21 Corruptors, so it's not like Rogue is ignoring the fact that more carriers are coming onto the field. I think it's a nice moment. Going to get rid of a bunch of these Lurkers as they just kind of sit there. Rogue kind of just lets it happen, replaces with Corruptors, so maybe he just feels as though he does need more and more to guarantee handling the Corrupted threat that, handling the carrier threat, which is growing. So He rebuilt some lurkers too, though, so I don't think he wanted to gift them away super purposefully. That's gonna fight. A few things taking damage. There he is, coming down the left-hand side. Again, Burrow coming up, the Carapace and the Fly Carapace coming through. Corruptors making their way in. There's a couple of shots going about. We'll start walking into that. A couple of Stalkers going down. Raptors doing their thing, just hitting away in the skies, clearing up a little bit. Interceptors fly back to the carriers. Bombing away the changelings. I mean, don't get me wrong, Trigger's going to max out. And to be fair, he's just built a bunch of drones again. So if he can reestablish some bases, keep economy going for himself, and you know, put Rogue into a tough worker spot, which he's done. I mean, Rogue's army is massive, so that's going to be the new issue, is that Rogue's army is just so big that it might actually create problems for you. Some very funky scenarios, huh? Damn. The ship is going to get jumped on as the Corruptors move forward a little. Again, Rogue's economy being so bad is kind of wild, because like I say, in some regards that's fine, in other regards you really don't get away with that. We're gonna see another fight here. Multiple times these Corruptors have just come unhindered onto the carriers and so on. This time we got a lot of good storms on them as they flew in. It's just they did kind of get the initial jump so quickly, and that's, I think, consistently somewhat the problem. They're gonna lose a lot of the Corruptors. Like I say, the storms were very good. Does Trigger want to rebuild an air army again? He starts up a few Stalkers, he starts up a carry. I mean, he feels like he still needs something to deal with the Lurkers. Mothership in the sky is going to go down. It's actually a big deal. Mothership can do a lot, but the Hydras are melting as well. Rogue supply is not holding up at all. It looks as though Trigger might have just about done it. I think Trigger has just about done it. As the Viper, the Hydras, and the Lings continue through, the Zealots are going to be around on the bottom. We're going to be seeing the Zealots jumping onto that hatchery. Hydra still continuing for now. There's a couple more Lurkers will continue up. The Spine Crawls will go down once again. There's a little storm going out as we continue through once more. Is called, and Trigger is going to take this one. This is going to be a 2-0 for him. What a result that is. What a result that is. That's pretty wild, honestly. Yeah, that is kind of nuts. I'm just taking a moment to consider it. I'm like, yeah, man, Trigger just played some good games. This game on King's Cove, not easy. Got to play into the late game. Got to play it out step by step. But he got there. Now we get into Rogue Hero, which is very much so a situation of like, you kind of got to win this right now. Alright, so we're going to get Rogue versus Hero underway, guys. We'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back. More StarCraft coming up. So after this, as Rogue Hero will come through next. Alright guys, hello and welcome back. Again, everyone in the lobby ready for this game. Hero said he would like a moment or two, so no worries there. Alright, here's ready. Oh, he's missing. People, join the lobby. I like I'm a babysitter for all the other casters to make sure they get... I get it, like sometimes I miss a lobby and stuff, but... Yeah. Alright, everyone ready? I think our players said they were ready, so I think we're just going to kick this off. Yeah, they just confirmed. Oh, need to move. Broken position. Perfect. Alright, gonna kick off into the ley lines here, guys. Get this one on the go. As we get into game number... excuse me. Game number one of this best of three. This becomes very important because both these players lost to Trigger, so it kind of feels like whoever wins this is going to be the player who has a chance to get out of the group still. The loser of this is going to be in a tough spot because they would have lost 2 matches on the day. So yeah, kind of a wild one, in all honesty. Pretty wild little situation that this is. Rogue and Hero that we're talking about here in like a must-win situation against each other in this group. But that is the way that it has gone down. In the top right-hand side, our blue Protoss player here is Hero. He takes on the red Zerg in the bottom left. We have Rogue. Halfway through this group, and obviously Trigger being 2-0 has definitely flipped the script on a lot of people's expectations. So, like I said, let's see how that continues to play out here in the final few series. Going across the map. Here we'll move into scout. I'm just going to be seeing our probe still moving around. Drone going to be there. Lambo with the prime sub. Beautiful. Appreciate it, mate. Hope you're doing well. As we have a little bit of action moving around, nothing too crazy. Take a moment to just settle into this game for the moment. Pro's going to be moving back around themselves. Couple things just pop. Going to go after that probe as well and try and make their way over there. And just going to see the adept continuing through as well. So just going to bring that straight through the middle. Continue down to the bottom left-hand side. See what we can get up to. Link speed building on the side of Rogue, halfway done. That's the early game. Looking pretty normal. Yeah, early game really not being all that wild, huh? It's very standard stuff here initially. See if Hero wants to maybe get... we actually have a Voidra on the way, which is maybe not always the most standard way to play. So yeah, maybe the Voidra being on the way up here is something we can talk about. But I mean, it's not like that's super abnormal either. The Voidra is something which you oftentimes see, and we see a lot where it comes down to, hey, I just want to deny some overlords, I want to deny scouting. I want to make it really difficult for you to understand what's going on in the game, so a lot of the time that is kind of the gist you get with the Voidra-based opening, which is exactly what we're seeing right now. As we settle down, Voidra continue to the front. Next coming through, a couple probes on the way. Oracle is building as well. Queen's going to be there. Oracle doing a little bit more. So far, so good. Just going to see the Oracle peels back away around the left-hand side. Yeah, Stasis World catching just a queen. Yeah, not the craziest of scenarios, just little things that keep adding up over the course of this one. We have the couple of gates still coming through, and the blink is on the way up, the probes are still building as well. Oracle's sitting around, the dev's going to get in for a couple of lings too, so just going to be able to nab at a couple of them. Dev's going to threaten the shade in. And you just have the dev's going to combine with the Oracle, actually going to get into a pretty good spot. Stasis catches quite a lot of units and it creates a wall, which makes it obviously difficult for the units to wrap around and to fight as well. So it's another nice little benefit, actually pretty cool little position we get into. And that's negotiating out the other direction. As a couple of depths move across, just going to have the little bit of a move about continuing there for the moment. And yeah, the Queens are going to get back to it, so they're just going to get back to the front and chasing those Adepts down. In the end, this was pretty well handled, I want to say. Just going to go and pick away at those Queens, so again, some decent damage being dealt to start us off here for the moment. And the Adepts going to throw in another shade over toward the base on the bottom side there. So just going to try and get straight across on that one. And there's the charge coming through. The +1 attack is coming up. I have extra gates on the way through as well. That's full standing fight. The Zerglings continue to go down. Just going to see the Stalkers and the Voidra going to be there to continue to fight back the other direction and continue to shove that away. And the Oracles, the Voidra, just going to make their way around and have the Queens. It's going to be there to keep on pushing those Oracles back out. Thing's going to get to the top side. Stalker's going to be on the bottom. Queen continues to take some damage. So a few more shots continuing through. Again, the Roaches and the Queens continue to go the other way. Just going to be seeing the Ling's going to wrap around over in this direction as well. The Stalker's going to fight the Roaches and the Queens, so we keep on trading there. And again, the Groove Spine's coming up as the Lings and the Roach production all continues through. Temple Archives, +1 charge. All being added in as the Roaches do get caught in a stasis ward. Trying to press at the front. Rogue, obviously with these units coming out of stage, I think he's going to have an okay time kind of pushing this back and dealing with that. And again, the Lane Roach Hydra Force coming up toward the top here currently. So making its way over. The Stalkers just keep coming about. Just going to be seeing the Void Ray coming over there as well. I mean, that's a lot of Zerg, but Hero does have some defensive capabilities. The Stasis Ward definitely should help as well. Expecting those to be a factor at some stage. To come about, just going to be seeing the units slowly kind of disappearing here from Rogue, and that means that Hero should be able to, do kind of exactly this, which is just kind of jump through and go and really make a play on that. And he's going to get a bunch more stuff. The Hydras keep on going down, the roaches keep on falling. I do think it's fair to say that this one is very much so going the way of Hero, as Rogue's numbers just are not really keeping up as they might need to. Just going to come across. The Lings and the Hydras continue over as well. I mean, we are going to try. I mean, Rogue's strapped together. Defensive supply is not completely in the bin just yet. It's just not headed in the best of directions is all. So we'll keep on trading. The fueling's still going down. Damage still not being done. As our Stalkers will keep on pushing. Rogue needs to do something kind of fascinating here to bring this back, and I think that's the problem. The fascinating plays just don't really exist right now, honestly. Just don't think they are really available at the moment. Hatcher goes down, a few drones are going down with it. This really does seem to be pretty much all they wrote. This Hero's going to take game number 1. It's going to be good for him. Him and Trigger are going to be in great spots in this group. Obviously, Trigger's still got to play Spirit. She's going to have Rogue versus Spirit to come as well. So, a couple of matches that will get to take place. Like this is going to be firing. There's us taking some shots. Again, the Stalkers continue through for a couple of moments. So, Stalkers, Immortal Archon. Everything just continue to gather together. Healing is going to come around that right-hand side, so they're just going to try and set up as well. And away we go with the Stalkers obviously just picking away at this base. I mean, we kind of settle for a moment. Rogue's going to try and get up to the Spire as well. So he's going to try and get there as our Lurkers do burrow. The Zealot's going to get chased. A couple of Storms coming down. The Immortal getting pushed back. Stalkers coming through also. Those Lurkers continue to fire back as best they can too. Lurker's going to come about. Roach is still going to be there. The Observer and the other couple units going to come back over as well. Chip overhead, just going to be keeping the Arc on the Immortals coming through. The Zealot's going to come down. Now I'm going to see the Stalkers ready to kind of blink down as well and go chasing. Well, I mean, if Rogue's going to win a fight, I guess why not this one? Probably because he doesn't have detection. Honestly, the Lurkers were set up in a pretty good place. It's not going to be good enough. Hero's going to take game 1. It's going to open up with a map win against Rogue here in this very important series in this group, guys. Very important series. We're going to go to game 2 straight away onto Abyssal Reef. So, can Rogue bounce back, or is it going to be all about Hero? Let's get this sorted up in a moment or so. Hey, Dam, how you doing? Thank you so much for the 41-month resub. Hope we all get a beautiful Christmas gift from EWC and ESL. Merry Christmas. Me too, buddy. Me too. Let me get you on the tree as we get this game hosted up and get ready to roll. Get everyone into position. Everyone's ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 casters. Perfect. Click start. We'll get ourselves into Rogue Hero game 2. Thanks so much, Adam. Welcome to the tree today. Beautiful. Tree decoration continues to go well. Let's jump into Abyssal Reef. Game number 2. As we have got in the top left-hand corner of the map, our Blue Protoss player. This is going to be Hero up a game in the best of 3. In the bottom right, our red Zerg is going to be Rogue, and just definitely not having the best of ZVPs for himself right now. Definitely ending up in a little bit of trouble. Something to try and fix up, but obviously maybe too late. If he loses this series, he's 1-0-2 in the group. And then even if he beats Spirit, I mean, you're just out of the group already, I think, because Hero and Trigger are both on 2 wins, so you're just out. Spirit really is the one that would have an interesting match to play still, potentially. Well, we take a few moments to settle. Pro moving about, extractor going down, hatch gas and pool coming up here currently. I'm going to chase the probe around for a few moments. You want a photo of me and Ellie near the tree and we fill of badges? Sure, can probably do that. Ellie can't make a stream appearance today, unfortunately, guys. She's got a bad leg, we think. I think she's had a bit too much fun at daycare, and we think she's re-aggravated yesterday, and she can't get up the stairs easily. Well, she doesn't want to get up the stairs at all, so no Ellie stream appearance for now. We just take a little bit of time to set up here. Abyssal Reef, a very fun map layout for the PVZ. I think some of those forward bases can be very interesting. Be intrigued to see how they all turn out. Probe moves around a little bit. Next, it still continues through. And link speed drones coming through. The creep team are going to start up as well. Again, our link speed building, our drones and our hatchery coming up also. We keep that going. Stargate building in. Roadway coming online. The warp gate coming through. The depth continues to build into play as well. Just now, Hero goes for Void Ray a second game in a row. Really wants to just push back that Overlord. Really wants to keep his opponent a little bit in the dark, apparently. I'm, yeah. A little surprised by that, honestly. Oh. Whoever's camera is on there was not having it. I love that. It's like, well, you know, you're trying to... someone's like, I don't want to observe anyone. They're like, wait, someone's following me? No way. I'm just going to flip around randomly. Ay, ay, ay. We could just chill out. Like, this is not a fun experience to see for anybody. We all steal people's cameras. Ay, ay, ay. But we're going to activate Overlord will go down. It's just going to be able to chase that for a little while. And the Nexus coming through, probe coming about, a couple of drones on the way in as well. Twilight Council still building, the Evo Chamber also producing through for now. Revelation comes down in that Void Ray. Gonna get chased for a little bit. And Twilight Council and Forge and Nexus all still coming online, so we got all of that up and running. Again, a couple of probes continue out as well. But more depths also still being added into play, so a little bit of everything coming through. There's a couple of oracles will sit tight in the center of the map. And depths are going to make their way down towards the bottom right-hand side as well, so they're also going to be trying to see where they can get to, see if they can maybe make something exciting happen. The Queens will fire up on the couple of units there for a moment or so. The Adept's going to jump onto this hatchery, and we start working our way through the hatch. Oracles overhead, Adept's going to go shading by. Adept's actually going to make their way up into the main base. Now we're going to see one Queen here already, going to be in a little bit of trouble, so going to take some damage as well. Adept's still moving about, a couple of those drones will keep on falling. Saw a lot of drones going down. Rogue, I think, is just dead. Dead in the water, it would seem. And he is just not going to have what he needs to kind of hold on to this at all. This is just way too much damage taken, and pretty unexhilarating game number 2 as Rogue's tournament life is pretty much on the line in this one. It's going to come to a close right there. Unfortunately, that is just going to be that. It's looking very good for Hero and Trigger to advance through this group pending Spirit's results. There's a prize money difference for 3rd place and 4th place in the group, so still going to be worth Rogue trying to beat Spirit as well. It's not like that series is not going to be worth anything for him. Those 2 missiles coming through, the burrow upgrade starting out. Stalkers continue down to the bottom right side. The Oracles are going to come along as well. Rogue's going to say GG. He sees Stalkers, he sees the follow-up, and he's just like, yeah, I'm kind of dead. That was a very sad game number 2 in the end. As Hero takes it 2-0. Just like that. Alright, we are going to go to NA to close out our matches. We've got 2 matches left. Going to be Rogue against Spirit. That's second, actually. First will be Trigger against Spirit, which should be fun. Trigger playing well, Spirit playing well. I mean, Spirit's not out of this group, guys. He can make this a 2-1. He could make this a... He could go 2-1. He could beat Trigger. He could beat Rogue, and he could beat 2-1 as well. And then it could potentially come down to map score. So Hero and Trigger are not safe yet. They need Spirit to lose one of these series. Trigger could obviously guarantee himself first place by beating Spirit. He would be 3-0. This group still has some matches to be decided. So, I'm going to get into this in a couple of moments. Just going to swap on over to NA. Get ready to roll. Alright. Check where everyone's at. Perfect. Videos will begin, guys. We'll get this TVP started up. We'll get this underway. Alright, videos have started, guys, so we'll just take a moment or two to get this set up. Amygdala gonna get vetoed down. Oh, yeah, sorry, just replying to somebody about something. Alright, videos are continuing, guys. They're just coming in very slowly again. Thanks for joining us today. If you are enjoying the stream, I'll take a moment just to obviously say this is a Warditv tournament. This tournament does not happen without your guys' support. So if you are enjoying, you would like to see more and more, then do consider supporting the channel by subscribing. Well, first of all, you can follow. You can like if you're on the YouTube as well. Like the video. Subscribe on the YouTube for free. You can follow on Twitch for free as well. Consider using your Prime sub as well to support the channel on Twitch. You can do that freely. Oh, that helps out a lot. There's now going to be Neon Violet Square as we get into this best of 3 TVP in just a second, guys. So, yeah. So support if you can. I'm not really in a selling out mood today, guys. Honestly, I'm very tired and worn down. I don't have the energy to tell you guys to give me money. As funny as that sounds, but I really do, as always, mean it when I do say it does go a long way if you do decide to support the channel. Just because I'm not full gusto about it does not mean it's not important. Wembley Hog, thank you so much for the 6-month resub on the Prime. Yeah, I'm moving people around, and I think we're good to go into this TVP. Players are ready. Let's get this going. Wembley Hog, I did not mean to drop you on the floor. Oh no. God, I really need to go. Oh, the tree just started flashing. But I need to go and get some better things. Players are ready. Let's cast some Protoss versus Darren. Send your money to help out Wardy. I mean, yeah, it helps. It helps. I'd love to get back to 1,000 subs this month. I do think we're doing enough Starcraft to get up to 1,000. So I think a couple good streams. Tomorrow we've got a double group, for example, so that should be very exciting as well. Yeah, I think we can get there. I think we can get there. But you have a sponsor due as well. When does that run out? Because the viewership's not through the roof today. I'm wondering if maybe I should do it 13th. Is it the day, the 11th? Friday evening. Why am I streaming on Friday? Oh, I'm off on Friday. Oh, so it's either today or tomorrow. Oh, I should probably do it today. Probably just commit. Get it done. Alright, let's go into this TVP though, as I'm talking to myself. We have in the bottom right our blue Terran Spirit, while in the top left-hand side our red Protoss is Trigger. Game number 1 here on Neon Violet Square. As we get this up and running. Love the Christmas tree. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Let's help you get close to 1,000 again. Doing my part. Thank you so much, Derp Owling, for the 3-month resub on the Prime as well. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty, well, we do have an SCV moving about a little bit right now, so just going to get on the move there to start off with. Drop down the engineering bay, just going to be seeing the probe and nibbling. A couple other probes coming through. So the engineering bay block, only 3 workers pulled here from Trigger. Just going to chill out a little bit. Couple of pros is going to pull onto that engineering base. That's going to take a few more nibbles as well. Some more shots coming by. Just going to be seeing the probes. We'll get that engineering bay killed off. Access drops into the natural. Again, our cyber core continues through. As the command center builds from spirits. We get that on the way up. We get that on the go. And again, CC, reactor, all coming by for the moment. SCV, yeah, just going to continue coming the other way, so nothing lost from anybody just yet, funnily enough. SCV returns all the way back home. Triple CC from Spirit again, just trying to utilize, a good start in this game and just get set up. So Spirit just doing what Spirit typically does best. As we get that one underway. CT landing, just going to start morphing in again. We got a Phoenix already producing through as well. It's just going to start bringing that straight out. Probe is going to start chrono boosting around as well. Again, the Phoenix and the Warp Gate continue to come by just for the moment. Phoenix moving around the top. Again, the couple of Marines, the racks, the CC. Continuing in also just for the moment here. As we get this settled. Orbital command coming through on the side of Spirit, so we bring that up as well. A couple more Marines coming in. Okay, we'll finish. Phoenix coming by, the couple of assimilators coming up. Yeah, the Phoenix obviously going to keep you very safe, but I feel like Phoenix against someone who's going for the triple CC is not really the best scenario, because Phoenix provides safety. And especially right now, these Phoenix are just chilling at home. There's nothing coming for these Phoenix to catch. There's no harassment at all from Spirit at the moment. Not exactly ideal. And Stimpack combat coming up. Marine Marauder coming through also. I'm just going to see that one Adept going to start shading out a little bit as and the Phoenix gather up together. I do not like this at all for Trigger. He's really just sat back scouting and, or not scouting and not realizing exactly what's going on. I do think that's going to backfire on him at some point here. I think that's going to come back to bite him a little bit. I don't think he's going to be living that forever. Let's see the orbital going to float across into position, missile turret setting up, all our other units coming through as well. Again, combat shield about to finish, +1 attack, concussive shells on the way in. Marine Marauder still coming by. Continue to get ourselves settled here for now. Gonna just stim through, and this is gonna be Spirits. But this is so funny. I mean, this is just awful for Trigger, because not only have you made a bunch of Phoenix that were meant to keep you safe, but then you're not even gonna stay safe when some units arrive. He just did not have information as to what was happening at all. Trigger was so patiently awaiting something that never came that he just missed all of the cues of what was going to actually happen in this game. 6 probes going down when your opponent is obviously playing that fast triple CC. The economy is going to be massively in Spirit's favor. He's going to be loving this right now. He's going to be lapping it up. Amazing. Phoenix still moving over. Phoenix still coming around. A couple SCVs getting shot. Marines are going to be there to zone those Phoenix out again. Medevac going to get shot back the other direction. Extended Thermal Lance and Colossus all coming through as well. So we keep all of that on the go right now. Again, Forge, Stargate, Colossus, and Phoenix are building up for the moment. Double Medevac going to go out over the other side. It's just going to go straight across there. Once again, we have Extended Thermal Lens +1 air weapons, but I like that Spirit's going to go and keep the pressure up. I think after doing very well for himself so far, keeping the pressure up is definitely one way to just keep things moving. As we get ready to unload into that corner. So into the corner we go. Just going to unload, going to step forward. Colossus is going to start taking some damage. Medevacs do load up and back away, so they're going to escape out of there for the moment. Again, Marine Marauder still coming through, +1 attack armor upgrade coming by. We're actually going to see a mothership on the way from Trigger. So many pros players making the investment to get the mothership early nowadays. Really feeling like that is a worthwhile and somewhat valuable investment, so very cool to see that, of course. As the Phoenix will actually find these medevacs, though, and that doesn't do much. The Marauders on the left side do dive and get rid of a Colossus, though. For a Trigger that's trying to stabilize at the moment, that is definitely not exactly ideal. As our units will unload back into the middle again. Marauders and the Siege Tank gathering in together. Vikings, Marine Marauder all coming out. +1 armor is on the way up. CCs are producing through as well. And just getting a second and third starboard on the way. And a Ghost Academy, because Spirit's rich. He's in a hell of a position, and I think it's quite clearly, rightfully so, kind of putting himself in a great spot at the moment. Gonna stim up the left-hand side. The Nexus is going to take some shots, so some damage will be done here. Colossus does come through. It's going to try and step forward instead as the bio continues up. Colossus is going to get jumped on. That will go down. Oh, we dropped the cloaking. Disgusting play. The Mothership saves that Colossus. That's so funny. You would have thought Motherships would have been such a regular occurrence in matchups. It turns out if you make it good, it's actually decent. Again through to the bottom right. CC is going to move across. Just going to be having a couple carriers on the way out. The +2 air weapons coming up. +2 ground attack, but also +1 ship points. I mean, we are in the preparation stage already. From we're in the preparation stage already from Spirit to kind of deal with the larger air army. So not really any concerns there. Again, a couple of carriers going to hang out with the ship for a little bit. Bio Vikings moving towards the upper left-hand side again. +1 ship weapons, +2 attack. We've got the Ghosts and the Vikings all on the way through as well. So all of that's still building up currently as the army collects together. In fact, moving towards the upper left-hand side, just going to be coming straight through there for a couple of moments. Vikings going to fire, and a couple of those Phoenix beginning to drop off pretty much right away. Going about, he's going to be going down. Just going to be having the medevac now loading up and moving again. 2 more starport. Spirit really taking the air threat very seriously. And a game that he's controlled, he does not want to let it slip away, and just making sure you always have an overly cautious amount of Vikings and ability to rebuild Vikings when playing against carriers. I cannot blame you. I think it's a very sensible way to play it, and I can appreciate that Spirit is, like I say, approaching it in a very sensible manner at the moment. So, yeah, not too upset to see that as the scan comes down. The Vikings going to just go try and go from afar. He's very nearly in one-shot range of the carriers, which means that 2 shots will still net him the kill, and that 1 carrier goes down. So already Spirit just bullying his way into in great position here. He is still, of course, like I say, fighting for his chance to advance out of this group. He still has that to play for right now. Well, shots coming through. The carrier's getting shot at again. Mothership is going to drop the cloaking down. We obviously do have scans for detection. A few Phoenix remnant from an earlier stage of this game going to be coming through, not doing too much themselves. Continue to come back to the other side. And you're not going to see the Marines going to try and join in this fight, just letting the Vikings do the thing. I was like, I'm going to knock down the mothership. There's a lot of carriers here that should fall. The Vikings are doing a very good job of just clearing up in the skies, and that is going to be good enough for Spirit to take game 1 of this best of 3 series over Trigger. Heads off to that lovely 1-0 start. Very nicely done. Very nicely handled by Spirit. I actually think he played that one pretty well. That's also not on his server preference either, so as we go to ley lines for map number 2. Is Spirit on a 1-0 lead, and now server preference for him going into a second game with a chance to potentially close out. So, very exciting stuff there. Drop the lobby link down, and we will begin to go. Ready, go. These guys were set immediately, so we will just go. Went straight into ley lines. Hey, fun map. After this, Rogue will battle against Spirit as well. Could become very important in the group. See, it was not really Rogue's day so far. But we will see how it all ends up as we go to ley lines. For map number 2. Really just getting off to a great start. You know, triple CC. His opponent plays super defensive Phoenix that then actually do not spot what is coming, you know, his way, and so Spirit is able to get in and get a bunch of damage done as well. Just lovely stuff for our Teal Terran player in the bottom left corner of the map. Spirit, who is up on a 1-0 lead right now in this series. Trigger is trailing and looking to make the bounce back as we get to game number 2. See if he can. Barracks at the front. We'll see if, I mean, the problem is with playing kind of greedy is you can't necessarily do it multiple times in a row because your opponents can figure you out a lot and stuff, right? And then that's obviously not really ideal if they know what's coming. They can really play a bit more aggressively and punish you kind of heavily for it, so definitely becomes a factor. How's the racks and the gas coming straight through? Gateway coming up, that probe also coming in. Let's scout straight up, see the barracks, back away. Okay, under that pretty comfortably. Still got that cyber core coming through as well. Nexus also producing just for now. So we got all of that brought into play. The orbital command coming through. The marine is still being built up as well. So again, a little bit of everything coming forwards for the moment here. And center sets up. The factory will be on its way through as well. Depot continuing to build. Just going to see the Adept and the Warp Gate still coming into play right now. It's just going to get that ready. And the probe heads back to the upper right-hand side. So also got that CC coming through as our Warp Gate builds. The Adept coming up. Just going to be seeing the Adept chilling in the main base for a moment or so. Council coming through as well. So we settle. Factory going to move across to the reactor actually. CC just going to go chilling. And as we do have our Stalker and Warp Gate continuing to come into play. Continue to get settled down here. And get them probes coming up, the Stalker, Blink, and Warp Gate on the way out. The Hellions are going to poke forward onto the Adept. The Marine going to be there to help support that too, and that Adept going to be taking quite a lot of damage, taking a lot of hits right away there. The couple of Marines going to be there too. Push all of that back for the moment. Make their way through the center. The Spirit is just going to go across the other side. Medevac and the Hellions going to come through. Again, Blink is on the way. Probes and the Robo facility coming up as well. The Spirit in this game is going to be set up to potentially deal some damage. 6 Hellions. So dangerous. Now, there's 3 Stalkers and an Adept. Obviously, a lot of this comes down to positioning. And I mean, the fact that this is a wall-off is already going to point you in a good direction defensively. But we're going to break down the Adept. 5 Hellions get through onto the mineral line. Probes will die. So that much is a given as probes begin to drop. 6 probes so far. We've got a bunch of Hellions still alive, still in one-shot range. Can we line up for the extra workers? Yes, we can. We get 12. The damage done adds up in a major way. And Spirit comes in for 13 worker kills early on this one, putting himself into a fantastic spot. I mean, that is going to do so much for you. Right from the get-go there, puts you in a great position. Wow. Yeah, that really is going to put you in a very good spot. As the Medevac gets cleaned up. So yeah, an investment from Spirit, yes, to build that many Hellions. The issue right now is going to be surviving a counterattack, but if he doesn't have any issues to the counterattack, I really think Spirit's just going to be flying away with this game. Because triggered down in workers at this stage against a Terran who's playing with mules as well really is not going to bode well for you. So, yeah, that part is definitely not looking ideal in the slightest. Refinery's coming up. Barracks coming through. Tank and Marine Stim coming up as well. And be able to get the stim, though. I mean, you know what? Like I say, I believe in Trigger's ability to kind of counterattack a little bit. That wasn't the furthest along stim, but it's still going to be a delay. So if Spirit wants to capitalize on a specific timing, that timing now is extremely likely to end up being delayed, right? Extremely likely. The missile turret drops down. Bunker still setting up at the front as we take a few moments. Again, 1-1 upgrades and charge all coming through. The sentry on the way, the extra gateway is building. We stop and wait for a few moments. It's going to be seeing the upgrades all still continuing about. Again, Stim Combat Shield +1 attack. Coming through for the moment, our command center coming in, +1/+1, charge building out as well. Marines will come over the right-hand side, pylon will be right there. He's going to get up to the top. I'm just going to be able to step forward. Actually going to pop the Guardian Shield. There's the medevac. It's going to come back the other way. Some tank sieges. Means pressing forward. The tank's going to get sieged up as well. Stalker's just going to be out the front. You have a shot going off. Stimpack and +1. Building also. Marine Marauder medevac. All building. Trigger's still only kind of equal on workers. As he adds on a ton of pylons, this feels like he's just going to kind of send this and just hope that he does a lot with his attack, because I think anything else that goes longer here is probably really not going to benefit him all that much at all. So let's see. As we jump in, first siege tank goes down. Honestly, took a little while. Second tank dies a little bit more quickly. A little bit better, honestly, is the problem is there's just so much bio there. We stim forward. The Immortal will go down. The Zealots try and charge in from the other side. The Prism will warp in a few Zealots as well, try and reinforce. The Spirit looks very comfortable right on this one, as it looks as though he's going to get a 2-0 over Trigger. That's massive. Is there going to be some drama at the end of this group? Can Spirit upset one of the Protoss players into the playoffs? After it's been it's been a crazy day as well. I mean, it's pretty rough for Trigger too, right? I mean, I guess he 2-0'd Rogue though, so that's going to help. But getting 2-0 doesn't do much for your case. Hero. Yeah, dropped a map to Spirit as well. Honestly, yeah, I don't know whose map score is in the most trouble. I don't know who's the most troubled if Spirit comes back and fights through. It's getting to be very wild as a couple of Widowmine shots go off. The Bio's still pushing in. Prism on the other side, but what does that matter if you cannot defend your own bases? This army is looking very good, and the units honestly kind of just melting before our eyes. Yeah, I mean, the Zealots that were running in were doing everything they could, but it just was not good enough. Plain and simple. That is going to be Spirit, like I say, taking the 2-0 in impressive fashion. He is going to be able to, like I say, threaten to come out of this group as well with the result against Rogue. Is there a three-way tiebreaker possibility? Potentially, yes. I guess that would depend on the map scores. Damn, alright. We're going to go to Rogue versus Spirit then, guys. We're going to get this one set up for some ZVT, and it's super important as to where this group is going to end up. I think Spirit's going to be +1. I think Trigger's going to be +1 as well. I think if Spirit wins... Oh, this is actually going to be really interesting. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely a fascinating ending to this group, guys. As we'll get this ready to go, Rogue Spirit is going to become very important in the end. If Spirit wins 2-0, it's Spirit Hero. Yeah, it probably completely comes down to map scores, right? Let me see. I'm waiting for Wikipedia update. Okay, so apparently Hero is guaranteed to advance. So it's always going to be Hero. If Rogue wins, it's going to be Spirit. If Rogue wins, it'll be Trigger and Hero. And if Spirit wins, it will be Spirit and Hero. Okay, so the map score does matter a little bit, because if Spirit 2-0s, he would be first. If Spirit goes 2-1, he would be second. But either way, a win for Spirit is advancing, and a loss for Spirit is Trigger advancing. So that much is for sure, and then there's a little bit, map score-wise, does matter a little bit for exactly how the group pans out exactly. What a fantastic ending. What a fantastic ending here today. Yeah, no three-way tie possibility. No, it is indeed already decided. Love that. Love that. Big fan of our groups not three-way tying. Alright, alright. First video comes through from Rogue. Neon Violet Square comes through as a video from Spirit. And now the videos are moving a little bit more quickly. So Whispers of Whispers of Gold, Neon Violet Square, Ultra Love, Abyssal Refall vetoed. I've still got some very fun maps in here. Last time these two played in a Warditv event, Spirit did beat Rogue as well. I remember them playing in one of the PTR Warditv November. It was during the PTR era. During that month. That was actually a very fun start of that group as well. Spirit went into the playoffs. Met Clem, I believe. In the first round of the playoffs of that tournament. I can't remember which tournament it was. I just remember that's what happened for him. As we will... Oh, by the way, I have Derp Owling as well on the resub. I forgot to add you to the tree. I had you written out, just forgot to actually add you on. Apologies. Apologies. Frostline gets vetoed by Rogue. One more map veto from Spirit, and then we are going to have map picks, and we can go, go, go. King's Cove, you know. Oh, I'm so happy for that. King's Cove between Spirit and Rogue, I could imagine being a very long game. Alright, let's see what happens. As we have got this group coming down. I can't believe that after this entire group, Trigger might not advance. He started off 2-0, but losing to Spirit without taking a map does so much badness for his map score. So Hero is safe and through. Trigger, I can't believe. If Trigger does not advance after beating Hero and Rogue, that's just very sad for Trigger. Sometimes it be like that. So final map, Abyssal Reef, King's Cove, and Neon get taken out. Frostline, Whispers a goal. Eldorado's being played, ley lines. I make to that. Alright, GG's and Go Go says Rogue. And for Spirit to join our lobby. Pick this up. Ready, Go Go says Spirit, perfect. Let's go into Spirit versus Rogue, guys. TVZ action on Eldorado to start us off, map number 1 of this very important series. It's our last best of 3 of Starcraft 2 today. After this, we will be doing some sponsored content, guys, as we will be streaming Marvel Rivals for an hour. It's a Twitch bounty, which means that the payout that we get is basically going to be directly correlated to viewership. So if you want to support the stream for free, one of the best things you can do is leave the stream on while we stream the game. This is only on Twitch. On YouTube, the stream will be ending once we wrap up the Starcraft. But yeah, that's where we are at today. That's where things are going. As we have in the bottom right, our blue Zerg player. This is Rogue. Bottom left, our teal Terran player is Spirit. Pick this off, we get this underway. Game number 1 of this best of 3. Very, very excited. Like I say, this is gonna be pretty much the best. You know what? Hossam really came on the stream. He's like, "Hey, you've got a good group today." You know, he's like, "You got a good group today, and it's a really fun group." And it actually has turned out to be probably more fun than I think a lot of people would have expected this group to be. It's been great. It has been absolutely great. fun one. What a fun one. Barracks coming down. Again, CC coming up. Hatch in the pool. Continuing through for the moment. Overlord just out the front. Going to move around a little bit again. Hatch in the spawning pool. Coming through as well. Command center, barracks, refinery. Continuing to come into play. Drone comes down to the low ground. Just going to throw the hatch down to mine out that area. So quick 3 hatch here on the side of Rogue. Not messing about economy-wise. Drone's just going to come across, jump onto that gold mineral line for a little bit. And queen, couple lings, drone, hatchery will continue to come about just for the moment, so bringing that all in. Couple lings come across, again, just going to be seeing the marines and the orbitals coming through for the moment, get that all set up. Lings are going to nibble themselves onto a set of rocks over here as well, so just going to start doing some damage. And the CV's coming by, the tech lab coming up, reactors on the way as well. Get things settled down for a little bit and take a few moments as things really do continue to nibble their way through those rocks right there, and they do take it out. Stim back on the way quickly from Spirit, obviously playing that fast second barracks, going to give us some intrigue from him. Stim back building up. Our roach run continues through. The roach run from Rogue, maybe that does get kind of intriguing. Maybe that does get a little interesting for us here as we get this up and running. And roach run coming through. The queen is on the way. Drone still coming about. Stim pack building as well, as we've already mentioned. Impact coming about. Marines on the way through. I mean, it's the roaches on the way, but we're also building the less. It's not like the roaches are a full commitment or like the full send or anything. It's definitely worth looking at there. There's a few SCVs and the mule just going to gather up one more time. Orbital coming through, the SCVs are building. Again, Medivacs, Marine, and a Combat Shield coming up as well, so just keep that on the way. We're going to have a big push here from Spirit very shortly, right? With the upgrades being done, the Medivacs being available. He's going to have opportunities to get on the map and to try and deal some damage, so definitely watching for that over the next few moments. Marines will unload. Going to step forward here, but the Roach is going to be a good defense, already being in good enough numbers there. That is a very clean defense from Rogue altogether. Just very nicely done, very nicely handled. No real concern at any point, just straight up, simple. That's the job done. And still join up with the Medivacs over there as well. Do you have +1/+1 on the missiles coming through? The Roach speed going to be a part of the production tab as well. So yeah, Rogue really committing through to that Roach style for the moment. Marine's going to step up and they're going to get some creep tumors. Obviously, would love to try and cancel the gold base, but the roaches are too close, and gold base will never really end up cancelled or anything. Now some Marines will unload and get rid of some creep tumors, so we're going to be able to pick our way through a little bit of that. As the roaches come across as well, we'll also be able to get involved and make something happen as our missile and carapace upgrades continue on through. The roaches keep building as well. The Marines will just be there. Queen's taking shots. Roaches will take some damage. And Medivacs will continue back to the other side. We're just going to step through. SCVs will begin to take some damage. The SCVs taking shots once again. As you are going to be seeing the tank getting sieged up. Roaches taking hits. We're actually getting rid of quite a lot of SCVs here. So Rogue's little counterattack is definitely going to see some success. He's actually going to continue he's just spamming Roach Ravages. So really trying to basically say to Spirit, hey, look, you know, you got caught a little bit kind of being overly kind of, you know, having too much fun. Feeling a bit too comfortable about things. Let's just reset that a little bit, and he's right too. Because now Spirit's going to have to get full defense mode. Let's see what we can do. Ravager steps up, the Marines are going to step down, a couple Liberators will be sieging. As the Roaches really will continue to push on forward. Let's continue down. I mean, the tanks are in a great spot. The thing for Rogue is that he just doesn't reach any of those tanks. The high ground means you do not get any of the siege tanks hit by Corrosive Biles. So that's an issue. If you have some Corrosive Biles, you knock a couple of tanks down there, I don't mind it for Rogue. Because you're going to keep it going, you clean out the Marine count, but yeah, the tanks are always going to be a little bit of a concern. We are setting up into Infestation Pit, Link Speed, Overlord Speed, all of that coming through at once at the moment, so we'll bring all of that by. Queens will fight, Liberator goes down. 6 drones being killed. Roach Ravager around the top, CC gonna move to the front. Roach Ravager gets over the right. And Roach Ravager needs to come through, just gonna be seeing the links coming about as well. And we're just going to keep sending it as Rogue, but like I say, I like it because he's sending it but also has the backup, right? He's not kind of completely committed to this, he has a backup plan. So we're just going to get that forward planetary fortress up. If we can hold that, then that would be an amazing position to hold on to. I would definitely like to be able to do that if nothing else as the Roach Ravager comes through. Tanks flying away, Roach is taking a lot of shots. First the files drop down. SCV's falling. Rain's gonna stem up, a couple of Queens gonna fall. Hatchery gonna be in some trouble. He's going to step back up on the bottom side. He's going to go through and chunk through a few Roaches there as well. Planetary Fortress is going to stay in position also. A few Lings going to run about. He's going to go straight after those Marines. Next Marine showing up, and they're going to get rid of some of the Roaches. Spirit definitely stepping back into this as Rogue. He really set up to end this game, and like I say, it's kind of interesting because he set up to end the game, then he kind of went for the middling path. The problem is now he's taking some damage, while he's also not really doing much on the other side, and he's just on his way to so much, but doesn't get to it. Spirit takes game number 1, and this is not looking good for Trigger. And you know what? Spirit could finish top of this group as well. He will finish ahead of Hero, I believe, if he gets the first... If he gets the 2-0, I think he gets first place, which is obviously bonkers as well. So, yeah. Leyline's coming up for map number 2, and Spirit decides his fate right now. He's in charge of his destiny in this group. Can he take a 2-0? Or will Rogue give Trigger a little bit more hope for a little bit longer? I can't believe I was so convinced Trigger was going to make it out of this group with the way it all started. Oh, Methlin, thank you so much for the 3-month resub on the Prime. I'm going to have to get out some new decorations for the tree. Hold up. We'll go and sort that out. Just get everyone into the lobby to begin with. Thank you so much for the 3-month resub, though. Ready says Rogue. I am really running out of decorations. Ghost says Spirit. Perfect. Alright, get this going. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go buy some new decorations. Or gift tags. Whatever you want to call them. They are gift tags. We use them as decorations. Oh, I'll work on that one. Alright, let's go. The bottom left over here. As we get set up. We have ourselves the blue Zerg player down a game. It is Spirit. Taking on in the top right hand. Sorry. What am I doing? Spirit in the top right, Rogue in the bottom left. Brain just fell apart. Actually done a pretty good job of keeping it together today. Like I said, I had a rough night last night, so came to the stream pretty unprepared, pretty yeah, not in the aggressive spots, but we're good. We're here. We're just making a couple silly silly notification errors as we get into game number 2. Like I say, big one. Again, on Twitch, we'll be doing our sponsorship after this as well, so if you want to stick around for that, watch some Marvel Rivals, you can do just that. As, yeah, we get ready to go. Hatchery coming through on the natural, commence into building on the other side. Well, like the lines is a map. We'll see what kind of style Rogue decides to play on it. Definitely a good question. Couple refineries come through. Hatch in the pool coming up and online. That barrack's still just on the way. Men Center coming up. Queens and Lings will be producing as well. Rogue Spirit didn't have those tanks in the high ground. Yeah, I really think there was definitely moments where you could see how strong the push from Rogue was. But obviously just not enough in the end. You have again Link Speed, couple Queens, Overlord coming about. You can get that settled into place right here. And drones still coming through, Link Speed coming over. SCVs, factory, reactor, all coming about at the moment. So again, getting a lot of that on the way up currently. Factory coming by as well. Link Speed still coming on in. And our Queen also in production currently. So far, everything looking pretty good. Overlord will move around a little bit. The barracks will move over to a tech lab. Factory lands for the reactor. We'll start up a couple of Hellions. Just gonna get those started. Again, CC's on the way. Hellions producing, Link Speed building up as well. Who's actually going to catch this Ling on the way in? Good deeper raise. Really good deeper raise. And that Zergling gets caught in a big way. So that Zergling does go down. And the Queen's still building through. The drones are coming up as well. Crypt Tumors are producing. Right when the Hellions come back around the other direction. So again, just to look to see a bit of what's going on. Banshee and Cloaking on the way up. The Hellions are continuing about. Twins will be there. Again, the Reaper and the Hellions get pushed away once more. Hellions and the Reaper coming around. Again, the Banshee, the Hellion, the Cloaking all continuing up currently. We'll see if Spirit's a little harassment-based style is going to be able to do some work from here or not. There should be something of an opportunity, honestly. Feeling it. I'm feeling it. Let's see if my feelings matter at all. A lot of drones from Rogue just heading into the lair. Obviously no Roach Roaring this time, so probably looking to be a little bit less aggressive than what he was previously. Okay, so we're going to start diving in. A couple of drones will begin to get taken down. The Queen's still going to be there, pushing those Hellions back the other direction. When she gets in, a couple of drones will start to drop. Spore Crawler shots are good as well. Turn that Banshee away. You're out of trouble for the moment. And then the Hellions just going to cruise onto the front lines. It's going to be Queens in position immediately. Just say no to those Hellions and basically say you can't come up here. The defense from Rogue, not letting those Hellions get through, not letting them reach any mineral lines or anything along those lines just yet. Doing a very good job of that so far. Hellions will fight and the Queens will continue to play that defense. And just go double Evo Chamber as Rogue. Bane Nest is going to start up the Bane speed, so he did go left first. So yeah, just going to get double Evo Chamber going after the Baneling speed. Rogue just looking to play Ling Bane. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Things get taken away. Queens are going to be there to push back as well. Gather the woman upgrades coming through. Just gonna have an melee upgrades, Carapace, Baneling speed continue to come up for the moment. And the armory coming through from Spirit as well, so we get that online. There's a couple of reactors also gonna get built. So we're actually getting a bit of a stronger push going with some actual Marines and a tank or two. I mean, this is going to be Baneling speed at the very least done, as Rogue's also going to aim for the burrow, so looking for some burrowed Banelings perhaps. Try to make a bit of an explosion in this game too. Rogue has not won a map today. I find that so surprising. To me, this is a group which I don't think Rogue is necessarily a guaranteed favorite against anyone in this group per se, but I don't think he's like meant to be in the not winning a map territory of this group at all. I just think I'd predict Rogue probably more likely 6-0 in this group than 0-6. Which is where he's going to be at if he can't deal with this Spirit push. Spirit's up 20 supply right now and already starting to send it. Very committed attack from him. As he tries to get across. He will build a fourth behind it, and +2 attack now starts as well. So some future-proofing in this game for our Terran player. Come through. I'm just going to get rid of a couple creep tumors. Our tank will siege up as well. Just going to start moving forward. The Queens will take some hits. Rain's going to get there. Spore Crawler goes down. The hatch are going to get cleaned up as well. Baneling's getting hit away at. The Marines are going to step backwards. Just going to see a lot of those Banes crashing through. The counterattack so far, honestly, just not doing anywhere near good enough. Needs to do so much more than this. I mean, finally going to get a lot of SCVs at the end, but this really comes down to can you hold against the big attack, which is about to arrive. Oh, that's just going to gather. Just going to be seeing the Ling Bane coming over. Banes just keep on going down. Spirit's army's just massive, doubling the army supply of Rogue. Counterattack in the end did enough worker damage, but obviously again at the cost of not having units over here. Rogue is going to GG, and Spirit takes the 2-0, which is absolutely huge because that means that Spirit will win this group. First place Trigger is going to be eliminated. Man, this group just spun around so quickly and so dramatically. Spirit takes first place, Hero takes second. That is absolutely nuts. Alrighty, guys. That's going to do it for the Starcraft today. We are going to very swiftly move into our sponsored content. So if you want to stick around and support the stream, we're going to be playing Marvel Rivals for the next hour here on the channel. So if you would like to, like I say, support, you can do so by just staying tuned on Twitch. On YouTube, we're going to turn the YouTube stream off. Thank you so much, YouTube, for watching. If you want to support further, head on over to the Twitch stream and hang around to help the sponsorship out. And yeah, we're going to be jumping into some Marvel Rivals, which is the hot new thing. We do have more StarCraft 2 tomorrow, Groups B and C of this tournament. Now, I do not have the groups fully set, but you can watch a combination of Bjorn, Laser, Clem, Max, Solar, Ryong, Harstem, and I believe Mana. I didn't confirm with Mana, but yeah, we will confirm with Mana that he should be the final player. Perfect. So yes, that will be happening. Yeah, that will be happening tomorrow. So 2 groups back to back tomorrow. Going to be a big day, big stream, and we'll have some fun with that, I'm sure. So look forward to all of that, guys. And yeah, we will be diving into our sponsored content now. So like I say, StarCraft will resume tomorrow. Let's jump out of this and let's get our sponsored content on the stream, shall we? Let's make it happen. Alright, Marvel Rivals. I got a couple things I can read you about our sponsored game today, so I will do just that. Give me a moment, just get set up. Marvel Rivals is a superhero team-based PvP shooter. This one has been pretty popular. A lot of people have been chatting about it and so on. Let's just installing a couple of things. The global launch was a few days ago. With all the free heroes are free to unlock and beyond. It's available on all platforms, and it does support crossplay as well, if that does take your fancy. There are new heroes maps and team-up abilities. And, yeah, obviously it's completely coated in Marvel IP. And there's potential of a lot of updates and universe additions as the universe of Marvel continues to expand. There's unique team-up abilities that are designed based on heroes' backstories, introducing innovative gameplay mechanics. And there's destructible environment, so you can alter the worlds and reshape the terrain and all the rest of that goodness. Perfect. Those are my talking points. I'm waiting for the game to launch, which is always a classic. It says it's running. Install script. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to turn the YouTube stream off now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys later on YouTube. Bye-bye. Kind of forgot to turn the YouTube stream off. Not gonna lie.